What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris Style
Mal.
Podcast, episode 220, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Monday, wherever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping in. This is the last week of 2025, y'all. So we got a lot of things to discuss. We're going to cram a lot into this one show because we're not doing the show on New Year's Eve. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. If y'all watching on playback, leave a comment in the comment section. Um, Mar, how are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling cool. I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? It was a cool weekend. Got to see some family members that came in, my aunt and uncle. Shout out to them. So I was able to spend some time with them. Ready to end this year, man, and start fresh with a new. So I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Got to spend Christmas with the fam, with parents and baby brother, baby sister. Me and the lady went over there for a little bit and hung out. And yeah, man, it was a good week. Can't complain, man. Good week at work.
Mm, nice. So,
Ready to get ready for 2026, brother.
now let's do it, man. I'm ready for it.
So, all right, man, let's jump into these topics, man. I wanted to kick this thing off because I saw this report, man. It's been going around a little bit. Lamar Jackson trade rumors have been buzzing. Um, it started from Baltimore Sun's longtime Baltimore Sun writer Mike Preston. He writes that the Ravens coach John Harbaugh has become tired of Lamar Jackson and the peripheral treatment he's received from the franchise. Now, of course, Harbaugh, downplayed that report on Wednesday. I don't know where that's coming from. Harbaugh told reporters, "I've never seen that ever. That's not something that has ever been witnessed, and I'm in every meeting." The recent news came a few days after the Ravens had failed 7-8, with Jackson suffering a back injury in the New England Patriots loss. The Baltimore Sun column also reported that extension discussions between Jackson, who is questionable for Week 17, and the Ravens are still ongoing. Jackson has 2 years left on his remaining on the 5-year deal he signed in 2023, but he is the 10th highest paid quarterback on an average annual basis, putting the two-time MVP slightly behind the eight ball in that regard. With Jackson's future in Baltimore possibly coming into question this offseason, which team would be the most make sense to trade for him if that ever were to become available? So, I'm asking you, sir, do you think that the Baltimore Ravens should explore possibly trading Lamar Jackson and maybe starting over?
That's a really good question. I'm a big fan of Lamar. I have become less of a fan of Harbaugh as these years have gone because I think this coaching staff has shown that they are too scared to win big games. That's the reality of the situation. I know that might sound disrespectful to him because he is a Super Bowl winning head coach, but as of late, from what we've seen, I think we've seen a decline in coaching. Should the Ravens do it? It's tough. It's tough for me. It'll be tough for you to sell that to your fan base. You know what I mean? Like, I think Lamar Jackson is one of the most coveted superstars that they've ever had, next to probably like a Ray Lewis and some of those figures. I think he might even be a bigger figure than Ray Lewis, respectfully. But we all know Ray meant to that organization. But if you're going to do it, I guess this is the year to do it, because then you can kind of like, I wouldn't say tank, but, limit your resources to the point where wins will become very, very limited, and heading into a draft that some people consider this could be one of the best QB drafts we've seen in all of history. You know what I mean? So I guess if you want to do it, fine. You could try to get you a couple first round picks. Would be a whole bunch of teams that would be willing to do that. Like, hell, you can look at I'm not saying they'll do it, but you can look at some divisional teams. You can look at maybe the Cleveland Browns. You can look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can look at the Miami Dolphins. You can look at my Las Vegas Raiders. You can look at the New York Giants. You can look at the Arizona Cardinals. You can look at maybe the Rams, depending on the situation with Matthew Stafford. You can look at Carolina Panthers. You could look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You could look at the Atlanta Falcons. You could look at the Indianapolis Colts. They've been swinging for the fences and stuff like that. there will be a market for Lamar Jackson. I know I've been seeing some reports that some people think the market would be limited. I don't think that'd be the case. I think it was only limited because the NFL was not trying to give Lamar Jackson a fully guaranteed contract. But if it wasn't for those circumstances, I think the line would have been out the door for Lamar Jackson. And I get it. There are some fears about his health, and he is considered more of an athletic QB, even though I think passing wise, I think he's good. I think he's above par than a lot of these quarterbacks. I'm not saying he's like Patrick Mahomes, but even Patrick Mahomes has had his his accuracy, has been, in question as the last couple of years. I think even Chris can attest to that with some of the decision making he has had. So you can't be perfect, but I think he's one of the top 5 best quarterbacks when healthy in this league. So I don't know. It's tough. If you want to go that route, it's pretty much what it looks like is there's a line drawn in the sand. It's either you pick Harbaugh or you pick Lamar Jackson. And whichever one you pick, you're going to have to let go of the other one. That's what it's looking like to me.
What if it's both? What if they start all the way over?
If that's what you want to do, then fine. Again, how are you selling that how are you going to sell that to Ravens fans? Unless you have to commit to the tank. You can't half-ass. You can't be like the Dallas Cowboys and still want to be kind of relevant with what's going on. And then it's kind of like you're doing this at a weird mark of what the Ravens. I think your Super Bowl window has reopened in a sense. Like I get it, this year has been kind of weird, but you still have the capabilities of beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hopefully Lamar Jackson can play through the back injury. And if you win, who knows what's going to happen? Patrick Mahomes ain't there. Josh Allen is on a bad wheel. The New England Patriots look really good, but this will be Drake May's first playoff run. Do you trust Bo Nix? Do you trust CJ Stroud? Do you trust Justin Herbert? Do you trust Trevor Lawrence? These are this is your pathway to, and then next year it could be literally just as similar. I think it's insanity that people are trying to push Patrick Mahomes to come back so soon, so quick. Let him come back when he's 100% capable. We've heard stories from other people with knee injuries who said it takes more than the 9 months. It takes you 12, sometimes 14, maybe even 18 months, especially with the mobility that Patrick Mahomes has, to get back to feeling the way he wants to feel. So why push that? Patrick Mahomes, he ain't going nowhere. Once he gets healthy, unfortunately, I hate to say it, Chiefs will be back into being actual contenders because we all know how important the quarterback position is. So why rush that? So you potentially could have a 2-year window without Patrick Mahomes. You could have we don't know what Joe Burrow is going to do. We don't know if he's going to get traded to the NFC or another. You better figure that out before he gets to a really good team, or the Bengals for a miracle sense get their shit together. And then you got to assume there's going to be changes with the Buffalo Bills if they don't get to the Super Bowl this year. You would assume Sean McDermott could be gone, so you could get an upgrade in coaching. You could get an upgrade in GM, and they could actually start, And then you got to look at the teams who are going to who potentially could get better. The Texans, you got the Broncos, they potentially could get better. The Chargers, who've been riddled with injuries, they potentially could get better. So it's a weird spot. You have, me personally, I think you have a 2-year window. If you were to win on Sunday, you actually got a legit chance. Derrick Henry is looking like the dominant Derrick Henry. Give him the ball, you see what happens. You get Lamar Jackson back. I still don't trust some of those receivers, but shit can go their way. You never know. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird for me for them to kind of put themselves in this way. But if you're going to do it any other year, I guess start that year so you can get ready for the big draft that's heading up in 2027.
I think a lot hinges on this last game.
Yeah,
especially if Lamar Jackson does play. We got to see if he plays this week because he is on a back injury. And
I think he'll try. I think he'll try to play.
He'll definitely try, but I'm just saying, Tyler Huntley hasn't been bad. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but this is the game you need Lamar Jackson. This is
the game you need Lamar. You do, but so let's say he does play and they lose. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, I think the decision would be made. I do think that if you want to start this whole thing over and you want to sell something to the Ravens fans, you go holler at your team. And you get it. And if y'all win or if y'all lose this week, y'all gonna get the number 1 overall pick.
We're losing, brother. There's nothing the Chiefs can do.
Let's see.
There's nothing the Chiefs can do, brother. I'm telling you, bro.
We'll
There
see,
is nothing. There is nothing that
Don't
can happen, bro. Because I'm gonna
underestimate
let you
Andy
know.
Reid. He
I'm gonna
coming out
let.
there. He coming
It
out
don't
there
matter.
with that.
It
He
don't matter.
coming
We're
out there
that
with that
bad, brother.
Bishop Gorman playbook.
You think, bro? You thought we were bad this past week, bro? It's only gonna get worse. Like, don't be surprised if Asher Jency get 1 to 2 touches, or he may not even play at all. Like, I'm letting you know, if the Raiders, I'm gonna be honest, if the Raiders fuck this up, like there will be pitchforks, fire, and brimstone going to Mark Davis's house and to Allegiant Stadium. They cannot fuck this up. They cannot. This fan base will quit on this organization. And I'm being honest. There'll be a max exodus of on this franchise if they cannot fuck that up.
But still, if y'all get the number 1 overall pick or whoever, I'm busting that door down. And if I'm trading Lamar Jackson, I'm trading into one of those markets, because that's the only way you're going to be able to sell this to Ravens fans. Look, y'all, we get the number 1 overall pick. We can get maybe Fernando Mendoza, or if Dante Moore comes out, we can get Dante Moore. He's possibly can potentially be a little bit better passer of the ball than.
But wouldn't you want? Sorry to cut you off, but wouldn't you want the draft picks for next year? I know it's not guaranteed that they can be top picks, but there's a more slate of quarterbacks. You probably got at least a good 6 of them that could be available, maybe even 7. Depending on who comes out. Wouldn't you rather go that way? Instead of this draft?
I think they don't even think of it.
Or if you can get the guaranteed number 1 pick this year, you go ahead and do that.
I mean, if you're going to sell this, you got to get
you got to get guaranteed.
You got to get that guaranteed number 1 overall pick, and you're probably going to get more. You know what I'm saying? It's not just this pick you're going to get. You're going to get another first round pick.
If you get the first, if you trade Lamar Jackson for this year's first overall pick, how many more first round picks do you think he can get? Because you're already getting the first. Maybe one more.
You probably get the 2027 first round pick at the very minimum. And I think as you as a Raider fan, if y'all the number 1 overall pick, I don't think you'd be mad at that.
No, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think
Lamar Jackson over Fernando Mendoza.
Nah. I get it. Like I love Lamar, and I get it. There is this conversation that Lamar Jackson could have hit his peak already and then he could be on the down. Do I think that? No, I don't think that. I just think I think he needs a breath of fresh air. Me personally, you know what I mean. And it's not like these. It's not like these injuries are like. It's not like he tore his ACL or anything. I just think he got sore back. You know what I mean? Like hasn't been nothing like. And then he's had some hamstring issues and stuff like that. But it's nothing been to the point of like what Jaden Daniels has gone through or anything like that. But like at the end of the day, if we were to get Lamar Jackson, do you know how energized this fan base would be? Like
we putting some respect on his name. We just gonna take him off your team, Sean.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's insane that they're even in this talk. Like if you ask me, if my 3 choices were to blow up the whole thing, pick Lamar or pick Harbaugh, I'm picking Lamar. He's still an MVP candidate, dog. Like let's be honest. Like okay, I get it. This has been a down year, but every top tier quarterback has had a down year. Like again, we've seen Patrick Mahomes, we've seen Peyton Manning, we've seen Tom Brady. All these all-time greats have bad years. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. Matthew Stafford, we've seen it, but they're so great. We don't expect them to be down for long. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those years. So if I'm the Ravens, the easiest answer to me is you keep Lamar, you keep building around him. Mm-hmm. Maybe you add some depth to that running back because Derrick Henry looks amazing, and who knows when my man is going to slow down, but you still want to have some kind of protection. You need to get elite receivers around him. I'm sorry, Zay Flowers is not the answer. DeAndre Hopkins has passed his prime. You need to get some young elite receivers. There's so many out there. Like, there's no excuse for the Ravens not to get elite receivers. Then you add some depth on that back line. You get healthy in the front line, and then you're pretty much Super Bowl contenders again. You know what I mean? So what more do you need to sell? Like just because you start new doesn't mean you're going to get back to where you were. You know what I mean? So, and I just think Harbaugh, I think his voice is gone. I just think it's played out at this point with Harbaugh. I think he needs a breath of fresh air. I think he needs to go somewhere. There's a lot of coaches in that AFC North that I think that just needs to be in a new scene. Mike Tomlin's one of them. Harbaugh's one of them. Homie from the Bengals is one of them, and Browns. They got to let them go. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a clean sweep of head coaches that depart. Like, obviously, one of the coaches between Harbaugh and Tomlin will move forward with the playoffs. But if you're the Steelers, what's so impressive of you being around the same wins that you are consistently for the last 6-7 years? You get to the first round and then you get blown out in the first round. What would be the difference? Why would you want to hold on to that? And why would Mike Tomlin want to continue to be in that? Because then you're going to be in the same position next year where you got to have to depend on Aaron Rodgers to see if he wants to be there. And you're going to have to wait for that whole saga. He ain't going to give you a decision until halfway through training camp. Then you're pretty much stuck again. So why would you want to put yourself through that?
What does that mean? That ain't mean nothing.
I don't mean nothing to me. You think Zay Flowers is top tier receiver? Do you honestly have Zay Flowers as what, top 7, top 8, hell, even top 10? Would you put Zay Flowers top 10 receivers?
No. He's top 20, top 30.
Okay, that's top 30. That's not top 10. That's not elite. I'm sorry, that's not elite. Elite to me is top 10.
He's in that. I guess you would say he's in that.
He's in that elite. He's in that elite second wide receiver unit.
Yeah.
The second receiver. I think he's in the receivers of the Devontae Smith and those type of guys. I think he's in that realm. I don't think he's a true number one elite receiver. True number ones is top 10 to me. True number one elite receivers is top 10. Everything I think from like 11 to probably like 20, 25, if you want to get froggy. I think those are your I'll say honestly from 10 to 20, I think those are your probably elite, like second receivers. And then anything past that, you're kind of like, you're kind of hit or miss, whether you're breaking that point of being elite second receiver. So I think Zay Flowers could probably be in around the 20 range. I don't think he's better than Devontae Smith.
No, he's not. He's got 82. He got 82 catches, 1,073 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Is he better than Jamison Williams? I'm taking Jamison Williams over Zay Flowers. Like, is he better than like, obviously he's not better than Devontae Smith. You would assume even though I think Devontae still, that's the thing with the Rams. I think they got two elite receivers. You know what I mean? Michael Wilson on the Cardinals is better than goddamn Zay Flowers. Respectfully, he is. I like Michael Wilson over Zay Flowers, me personally.
I would take him because of he's a bigger wide receiver, but
right. That's just me.
I hear you.
How many receivers are you going to take? How many receivers from the Buccaneers would you not take over Zay Flowers? Chris Godwin, Emeka, McMillan.
I wouldn't take McMillan probably.
McMillan might be the only one, and he's their fourth. He's their fourth best receiver. Like no disrespect to Zay, but I haven't seen the consistency, and he drops the ball too damn much for me.
Yeah, the fumbles and the drops are what killed me about him. His awareness on the field is what kind of kills it for him.
I don't even think he would be the second best receiver on the Texans. I'm taking Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins, of course, that comes with the size and the height and all that stuff. I probably would still take him right now. That's yet to be seen. I'd probably take him over Noel, but
yeah, but I think Higgins is number 2. Would you take Rashid Shaheed or Zay?
I would edge Zay because right now I think he does. I think he has a little bit more tools in the toolbox than Rashid.
Luther Burden or Zay?
Oh, I'm taking Luther. I'm taking
like, come on, man.
It's
no disrespect, dog.
I saw Luther Burden, but that's kind of biased. But I saw Luther Burden shake a dude twice last night. Yeah. He shook him one way, and he shook him again.
Luther Burden is going to be the true number 1 of that team.
He is.
But you know what I'm saying though. It's just like I'm taking
Luther. I'm taking Rome Odunze.
Yeah, I don't think he's what, number 3 on the Rams. He may be number 3 on the 49ers. He may be number 3 on the Cardinals. He's definitely number 3 on the Vikings. He's number 3 on the Cowboys. Like, obviously my Raiders are terrible, so he could be the 1 on that, but there ain't no one there to really compete with his ass. The Buccaneers, he might be 4th or 5th at best. The Commanders, he's probably 3, maybe 4. The Bills,
he'd be the number 1.
He'd probably be the number one because they're pretty. But honestly, like Khalil Shakir, he's good. I think they're the same tier though. I think Zay Flowers and Khalil Shakir are the same tier. The Carolina Panthers, he'll probably be 3 or 2.
Because I'm taking them over a little bit right now.
I feel I respect that. Colts, he'll probably be what 3?
3. Maybe
Patriots. He'd be lucky to top 3. He'd be lucky at top 3, maybe top 3. But I would. He may be lucky at that. Eagles, no.
He'd be the third receiver.
Third receiver, but it'd be distant because I think Devontae Smith is way better than Zay.
Chiefs, he might be fringe too.
You would have him over Xavier Worthy. He definitely ain't better than Rasheed.
No, he's not better than Rasheed. But I don't know because they're kind of productive players. They're the same player, so it's kind of.
But I think who's faster, Xavier Worthy or
Xavier Worthy's faster?
Who's the better route runner? Maybe Zay. Maybe I'll give it to Zay. Route runner, maybe
because the Chiefs don't run.
They don't run routes, so you don't really can tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't get to see my man Worthy run the routes that he should be running.
Yeah.
So I hear you on that. Upside wise, I would take Xavier Worthy.
Chargers.
He would be the number 3, 4
over Quentin.
Quentin has showed a lot this year.
I'll take Quentin right now. Yeah. He showed more. I know he's been inconsistent, but at the end of the day, they have Keenan Allen. They got Ladd. Yeah.
I'm only taking Zay over Keenan only because of age.
I get it. I respect it.
Broncos. He'd probably be the number 2. He'd definitely be the number 2 of Broncos.
Yeah, he'll definitely be number 2.
He'd be the number 2.
He'd probably be number 2.
According to Southern, because that would be a good contrast.
Yeah. But y'all see what I'm saying though. Like even with the Giants, like I'm not taking him over Wan'Dale. I'm not taking him over Malik Neighbors. Like I like those receivers way better.
Wan'Dale are pretty much the same damn player.
I like Wan'Dale better. I think Wan'Dale's made bigger catches. I think more difficult catches. You know what I mean? And I don't really see him drop the ball like that.
Yeah, it's the concentration and the fumbles. Like he got to get that right. So I think he's a very good wide receiver. I do.
I think he can be better. That's my frustration. He can be better.
He has the potential.
Way better.
I see a lot of I can see a lot of his ceiling to be like a Stephon Diggs type. I see that a lot in his game, but probably a little smaller than Stephon Diggs, but I can see that in a lot of his.
He could be. Look, I think he has the potential to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. I really believe that a faster Amon-Ra St. Brown. But Ahmad don't drop balls. Ahmad don't fumble. He's consistent every week. We know Amon-Ra is going to get 8 catches for almost 100 yards every time. You know what I mean? If he doesn't get it, it's a fluke. Like we could probably count on our hands, probably less than the fingers that we have, of how many times he's gone he caught 8 balls in less than 100 yards.
Yeah.
So again, like this is not to be disrespectful to Zay, but because I have a lot of promise for him, but he just hasn't shown it. And maybe it might be because of the offense that's being called. It could be all that. It could be a lot of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the play calling with the Baltimore Ravens. I hate their play calling. I really do. I despise it because this might be the first week where I was like, all right, they did what they needed to do. They saw what was working. They continued to run it down their fucking throats because they couldn't stop Derrick Henry. But then you get situations where Derrick Henry has 100 yards and you don't put him on the field for the whole fourth quarter. It's not like y'all getting blown out. It's a close game. Or you get into the playoffs and you change your whole philosophy on what got you the number 1 seed. And you decide to change your whole philosophy and you wonder why you always end up losing in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll see. I'm with you. I would keep Lamar Jackson on the Baltimore Ravens. I will try to get a coaching staff in there. I would try to get a whole brand new coaching staff and see what Lamar Jackson does with a new voice in his ear. Maybe somebody a little bit more younger, more wide range view than, John Harbaugh has right now. I think right now Harbaugh is kind of stuck in his ways. I think that his ways have kind of gone stale with the Ravens. Maybe he goes somewhere else and can be a head coach and build a culture over there. But I just think with Baltimore, he's been there so long, and it's the same thing with Mike Tomlin. He's just been there so long. It's just like sometimes, man, you just get kind of comfortable, and sometimes you need something fresh for yourself, and the team needs something fresh for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If next year we have a bad season, that's gonna be the top with Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's more of like, should Andy Reid just get slowly like, yo, it's time to hang it up, boss. Not so much to fire him, because I think that's just too disrespectful to Andy Reid to even have these conversations. I
would think it was
just like, we need to go in a different direction.
I think it would just be a mutual thing. I think even Andy himself, if he had another bad season where the offense was just not clicking like it should be, and we just having the same issues, I think him and Clark would sit down, and then I think you would just hear mutually parting ways. He's gonna retire and all that stuff. I don't think they'll be like, "Oh, Clark Hunt's firing him."
I just think that'd be I just think that's too disrespectful for Andy Reid. He's meant too much for y'all franchise. But what percentage would you give a Lamar Jackson trade happening? What percent would you give it?
I'm at a 25%, maybe
25. Yeah, I'm at like a 15, 20. Yeah. I think it's insanity, but I understand the conversation. I understand it, but I still think it's insane.
The only way, like I said, the only way it makes sense is if y'all get the first pick or whoever, you know what I'm saying, get that first overall pick, and they be like, you know what, we're just gonna start this thing. Even we kicking John and we kicking Lamar Jackson to the curb, and whoever new coach come in, we're gonna sell the new coach on, hey man, you getting the first overall pick.
Yeah, you know, maybe like I think the Raiders would probably be more. Look, I think if we get the number 1 pick, I think they're gonna just go in with Mendoza. Like, I think that's just been kind of thing. If we get the number 2 and Dante Moore is there, I think that's when I think you might hear the Raiders might be like, all right, who do we like better, Lamar Jackson or Dante Moore? We can sell that, and then we'll give you another first-round pick for next year, and then we'll get Lamar Jackson.
Number 2 pick. You can still sell your fan base on look.
Yeah, if Dante Moore is there. If Dante Moore don't come out and there's no quarterback, then I think those conversations are ill. Unless if you want to like just be like, look, we're gonna trade him to number 2. We're gonna get like a top O-line or whatever the case may be, a star receiver, and then or whatever. Now we can't get a star receiver, but you get somebody on the defensive side or like top O-line, and then we'll be like, look, we're prepping for next year's draft. You know what I mean? We got this year's draft, we got next year's, but I don't know how you sell that. I don't know. I think you need a quarterback.
Or if Lamar ain't on the market no more, then you can call them boys in Cincinnati, and hey, we'll say we'll get the number 2 pick and give it to the Bengals.
I would 100%. Look. If we come out this year with either Mendoza, Moore, Lamar Jackson, or Joe Burrow, I'm on cloud 9, baby. Like, it's way better than, and look. Shout out! I think people have been respectful with Geno with that ankle injury. I know we hate Geno. I hope Geno gets well. You know what I mean? That injury did look bad. You know, I know we'll talk about the games here in a little bit, but I just want to shout out to Geno. Look, appreciate you for the assness, because you got us to number 1, brother. But I hope that ankle is good. Because I was in fear that he was going to play his hardest against the Chiefs to try and ruin our number 1 pick. So respectfully, grace out. We'll have Pickett out there. He'll look terrible.
We about to get Genty 300 yards.
Nah, I don't think Genty ain't gonna touch that ball. I'm telling you, I won't be surprised if they sat him out. I'll be surprised.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's switch gears to the NBA, man. You got any NBA news?
Yeah, man. We got a couple of NBA news, or just topics. First up, from the Hoop Collective, it's like Brian Windhorst and all those guys. They kind of slipped it out that the Hawks are indeed trying to trade Trae Young. That has been kind of like their main thing. Obviously, it's kind of tough with his contract. A lot of people are kind of saying Trae's trade market is kind of cooling a little bit, just because they don't know where he would fit. Some options have been like maybe the Minnesota Timberwolves, maybe the Houston Rockets, or other teams as well. What's your thoughts with this? How hard do you think a Trae Young trade would be, and where could you potentially see him get traded to?
How hard will it be to trade him?
Yeah,
I don't think it'd be difficult at all.
Yeah,
if you want somebody who can shoot and make who's actually pretty good at big game shooting, big clutch shots. I think a lot of suitors would be lined up for that. Namely, I think Milwaukee would not Milwaukee, but Houston, who needs a point guard.
Yeah, depends on what you're willing to give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how much people are willing to give up for Trey.
The Heat, maybe. If you're the Clippers, I know they're playing well right now. I know they got Harden, but maybe the Clippers or uh, I don't know, maybe your Lakers.
Nah, hell no. We're good. We got Luka. You know what I mean? Like I'll say this. I think I understand the difficulty of Trae Young just because of the contracts. You got to match the contracts. A lot of these teams can't really do anything like that. And then honestly, a lot of these teams, especially the teams that you said, I think they're kind of holding their assets for bigger names, i.e., like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Potentially, situations going on with maybe like Bam or even. I don't think Jokic is going to go anywhere, but if he doesn't sign his contract this offseason, I think that's a telling sign right there of what his intentions could be. So we got to see what's up. But I think he'll end up staying. But I don't know. I think it'll be tough. Obviously, they're going to find a trade suitor. And to go in line with that, Dallas wants to trade Anthony Davis to Atlanta, but the Dallas Mavericks, they don't want Trae Young. And it would have to be something of that magnitude. I think they want Zachary Ricochet and some more assets for Dallas. So I think that could be something they could look at for. Maybe they can use the third team to try to facilitate Trae Young to a third team or something like that. But we'll have to see. What did Mark say?
Something about somebody landing a punch.
Oh, you talking about the Alvarado thing? I thought he landed a little bit on Mark Williams. I wouldn't say it was the most clean punch. I give the punch maybe about like a 5.5, maybe a 6, but he got a little bit of the side of the head. But I think he got suspended for like 2 games. But I thought that was funny. All right. Next up, Clippers, man. Our boy Ty Lue and the Clippers, man. They've been on a little win streak, on a 4-game win streak. Yesterday, Kawhi Leonard scored a high of 55 points against the Detroit Pistons, winning 112-99. My question to you is, can the Clippers be contenders again? They are 10-21. They are about 10.5 games back from the division. Could they make a run? Could you potentially see them getting to the play-in and maybe potentially making a little playoff run? Or do you think they're too far back?
I just think they're too old, man. I know they're playing well right now, but once all them games and all that wear and tear on their body, by the time they play now, I don't see it. I don't see it. Respect to Ty Lue, respect to the team, but I don't see it.
Nah,
I mean, appreciate them playing hard though, and hey, shout out to Kawhi for getting 51 points in 3 quarters.
Yeah,
so, I think he probably gonna go on ice for next 2 months, but no, I don't see the Clippers making a run. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, I feel you. I think they are too far back, especially with just how difficult the West is. But I'll say on their 4-game winning streak, it's been really impressive. They beat the Lakers, they beat the Rockets, they beat the Blazers, they beat the Pistons. They got the Kings, the Jazz, Celtics, Warriors, and New York Knicks up as their their next 5 games. So we'll see how they are, but they're gonna have to go on one of those like great runs. Could I potentially see it? I don't know, man. I just think it's too tough. But shout out to Ty Lue, man. At least they got them playing hard, but. And last but not least, man, we're gonna we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but we'll recap a little bit of the Christmas Day games. You know what I mean? My Lakers got dubbed by the Houston Rockets 119-96. I know there's been a lot of conversations about the relationships between Luka and LeBron James and potentially maybe LeBron getting traded. I would say this. Chris knows how I personally feel about this whole situation. I can't wait for LeBron to be off my team. I'm tired of the passive aggressiveness. I'm tired of everything. Austin Reeves is out for a month with another calf strain, so obviously they're going to be very, very cautious about him. Obviously, JJ Redick has been really pissed off. Our defensive effort has been trashed, but yesterday we looked really good. Give Nick Smith Jr. all of Gabe Vincent's minutes, man, please. You need to find a way to get Rui, put him on the bench. I think there's some answers that could be solved pretty quickly if you just look at our squad. I'm not saying it's going to answer everything, but that's just kind of how I feel. Cavs, they lost to a close game to the New York Knicks, 124-126. this might be the best that the Cavs have looked. Obviously, this is the first time they've been healthy. Evan Mobley was able to come back. He was on minutes restriction, but they still took an L to the New York Knicks. New York Knicks looked really good, Jalen Brunson and all them. But have you lost hope on the Cavs? Do you still have hope on the Cavs that they can? They're 17-15 right now.
I just think they got to get healthy.
Yeah,
just get healthy. All of them playing at the same time. I don't know. Maybe they do make another move. Maybe LeBron is the move. Maybe I don't know. Somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But they definitely just need to get healthy. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they need to get healthy. East is still up for grabs, even though I think the Knicks have it in control with the Detroit Pistons. I think those are the two top teams. And also the Celtics. Celtics have been playing really good as well. But I think the Cavs, they can find a rhythm, get on a little nice 8-game win streak. They'll be back in it. Spurs, this was probably the biggest game of the day. Spurs versus Thunder. Spurs dominated, won 117-102. Thunder it just seems like the Thunder don't match up well when Wemby is in the lineup, and he's still coming off the bench. They're slowly repping him up, but he's averaging about 20 to 25 minutes right now. Do you think the Spurs are legit title contenders, or do you think they just match up so well with the Thunder that it kind of gives that illusion?
I think that you can make an argument that they're title contenders. I mean, if Wemby continues to come into his own after we've seen so far this season, then definitely. I mean, you got a player like him playing at his top level, and then not even that, just the pieces around him with Castle and Fox and some of the other players on this team. Man, it's not like It's not like Wemby is playing with a bunch of bums and he's just carrying them on their back. No, he's got some really good players that are playing around him. So I definitely think the Spurs, and if they're doing this to to the Thunder, which I think that they're a bad matchup, is because Wemby can match up with Chet Holmgren, and that's one of their biggest, secret powers, is that they got somebody like Chet Holmgren who's 7 foot, who can pretty much do what Wemby does, but I just think Wemby does it at a higher level. So I just think that, and then they got people that can match up with Shea. I think that, what I'm saying? I just think that they're almost a mirror of OKC. Is just maybe their players are a little bit more. I mean, of course, I'm taking Shea over what they got over the Spurs, but I just think that it kind of cancels each other's out over there. And then you add on to the coaching over there. I just think the coaching is on the same level, because I know Pop, he ain't gonna just put anybody out there. So, yeah, you have to say the Spurs are contenders until they show something different.
Yeah, no, I would say this. Look, if you can dominate the best team in the league, you are a contender. Now, how far you will go, I think they still have a lot of youth on them. So I think they still have a lot of things they need to learn, especially they've never made the playoffs. So they don't know what it's like to be on a playoff run. They don't know what it's like to play a team, a 7-game series. They don't know nothing about that. But I think Wemby he's a different being. You know what I mean? There's nothing that's graced our league like this. And I think the main difference between the Thunder and the Spurs is the toughness, especially on the big man unit. And I think one of the questions with the Thunder is and I've had this question, and which to me was really glaring against the Indiana Pacers, is the mental toughness at times with this team, especially with Chet Holmgren. I have not seen the toughness at all. He needs to be more physically tough against Victor Wembanyama. We have seen it. We see the physicalness. We see him barking at people. We see him banging bodies and and all that type of stuff. Like, I have not seen that with Chet. Every time I see him banging, he's always dropping on the floor. He kind of gives me Anthony Davis vibes to a degree. You know what I mean? And I think Anthony Davis is a way better player than Chet Holmgren. But it's just like, I need to see a little bit more. Like, when I was watching this game, I was asking in my head, I was like, should the Thunder think about upgrading certain spots on their team? They have the capabilities of doing it. Like, should you upgrade Lou Dort to maybe a Herb Jones? I'm not even trying to get that big. I'm like, could you potentially upgrade Lou Dort for like a Herb Jones or a Trey Murphy? Like, you have the capabilities of doing that, and you have assets that the New Orleans Pelicans would want. You have a whole bunch of firsts that you can give up. I know they're kind of asking for 2 firsts for a Trey Murphy or Herb Jones. You have the capability of doing that. I think that would be a huge upgrade, because I like Lou Dort, but I think he's limited to an extent. He can't create no offense. His shot is so inconsistent. He's a great defender, but Trey Murphy is a better 3-point shooter. He's just as good as defender. And Herb Jones can create his own offense. He's a great 3-point shooter, great offensively, and he's probably just as good, maybe not even, if not better, than Lou Dort on the defensive side. Hell, just think about the San Antonio Spurs. They have the capabilities of upgrading that. There's rumors of them trading for Trey Murphy. You add Trey Murphy to this squad, I think it just elevates the Spurs even higher. Now, look, we see instances with the San Antonio Spurs where they lose to the Utah Jazz and all that stuff. So it don't look really good, but I think against the bigger teams, I think they live up to the hype of the matchup. I think that's what the thing with the Spurs. Even though they have the second best record in the West right now. They got a better record than the Rockets. They got a better record than us. They got a better record than the Nuggets. So obviously we'll see when they play more. But I think they play one more time in January, so we got to see what's up. But the Thunder, they got to figure it out. Last two games, Mavericks, they lost to the Warriors. There's not really much to be said. I think the Warriors are cooked. I don't know what else they need to do. I'm tired of Draymond at this point. And then the Timberwolves, it was a great game. Great game. This might be in the game of the day right here. Next to the Knicks game, but Timberwolves, they lost 138-142. Anthony Edwards had 44, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. Nikola Jokic had 56 points, 16 rebounds, and 15 assists. My God, my man was cooking. That might have been the best game of the whole day. Yeah, shout out to NBA, man. Y'all cooked the NFL again this Christmas. I did not watch one NFL game at all, at all. So, but shout out to NBA, man.
Yeah, man. I saw a little bit of that Lakers game, and in the beginning, it wasn't looking too good for y'all. Yeah,
it was bad. Yeah.
Shout out to the Knicks, man. The Knicks, I saw a little bit of that too. They looked pretty good, man. It was a close game, but they pulled it out at the end, and yeah, man. We knew the NBA was gonna have better games. I mean, none of the games mattered. But
that was bad, man. I know they're trying, but it's just like, bro,
we'll get into those games later, but
yeah, I feel it.
So
for sure.
All right, man. We'll do a quick commercial break and then we'll come back.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris Mal to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
All right, let's talk college football. We got some games on Wednesday. We got a game on Wednesday for New Year's Eve, and then we got a slew of New Year's Day games for the playoffs, college football playoffs. We did our brackets. Let me pull these up. I'll pull mine up real quick just to show. This was my bracket right here. Only one I got wrong was the Texas A&M one. I had them going, but as we know, Miami is going against Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Georgia. Oklahoma, well, actually, it's Alabama. I had Alabama wrong too. So it's Alabama and Indiana. Well, no, this is yours. I'm tripping. This is yours. So you had Oklahoma beating Alabama, but we all know it's Alabama versus Indiana, and then of course Oregon and Texas Tech. And then I'm sharing that one. I'll go to mine. And then same different. I had Alabama moving on to face Indy, but both of us got the Texas A&M wrong. So, let me remove this. So then this week, Wednesday, New Year's Eve, we got the Miami number 10 Miami versus number 2 Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl Classic. Have your views changed, sir? I mean, I know with Texas A&M, we both picked Texas A&M to be in this game, but have your views changed that Miami is in this round?
Look, I'm not going to disrespect them. Like, obviously, like, you know, they went into Texas A&M probably in one of the most intense atmospheres, especially on the road, and they were able to win. Especially, they looked really great defensively. Offensively, they left a lot to be desired. I just don't trust Carson Beck. Like, if I would have saw something more from Carson Beck, if they could have scored at least like 21 to 24 points, I might give them a better shot because I do like what they have on that defensive side. And I still have my questions about Julian Sain, even though he's shown me a little bit, at least especially that game against Indiana. But I still have my questions about Sain. He's still a young quarterback, and these are his biggest games. You know what I mean? So we got to see, but I'm gonna still take Ohio State. I just think they're just too talented, especially on that defensive side and offensive side. But I think there's some matchups on that Miami defense that I'm gonna be very intrigued to see. You know, how they defend Jeremiah Smith, how they defend you know, the receivers and stuff like that. But I'm gonna take Ohio State, man. I think they win.
Yeah, I agree with you. I still got Ohio State. I just think that I think Ohio State's defense is going to be the difference in this. I think they do give Carson Beck some problems. And I also think this offense on Ohio State is a lot better than what they're going to see in Texas A&M. Of course, at the receiver position, I like Casey Concepcion, but he's not Jeremiah Smith or Carnell Tate.
Right, absolutely.
and even Casey Concepcion in the fourth quarter was giving Miami some problems towards the end. So, I'm gonna go with Ohio State. I'll go like a 10-point game. I think they win. Like,
I think it'll be closer than what people think. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but
I think it'll be one of those things where they pull out in the end, maybe reception or turnover, whatever. And I just think that they'll win like by 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Now I will say this, and I'll even ask you this question: if Carson Beck, even though we have our questions with Carson Beck, do you think if Carson Beck has a good game here and they win, do you think his draft stock moves up?
A little bit. I don't think it'll move up. I'm not gonna say he's gonna get moved up to like top 10.
No.
But I think it could move up a little bit. Obviously, the main thing with Carson Beck is just the inconsistencies with him, with accuracy, bad decision making, and stuff like that. You see, he has the arm talent to be one of the better quarterbacks. But look, if he goes on a run, let's say he goes on a run and wins the national championship with Miami or something like that, yeah, I think it'll boost him up a lot because people are going to be like, all right, we finally see something that could potentially relate to what's in the NFL. You know what I mean? Especially the lineup of teams he would have to go through to win that national championship. I think it would say a lot. So if he wins this game, yeah, I think it'll go up slightly. And it obviously depends on how he performs. Like if he's the main cog and reason why they win, yeah, for sure. But if it's like, he had a couple good throws, but this defense has some big turnovers that won them this game, then I think he'll have the same perception as he does now.
For sure. I agree. Then you got on New Year's Day, we got 3 games. First up, the 9 a.m. game, Oregon versus Texas Tech in the Capital One Orange Bowl. You as you saw in your bracket, you have Texas Tech winning the national championship. I got them losing to Georgia in the national championship. So I think, I don't think anything has changed in our views of Texas Tech. I think Oregon is still good, but they did face with James Madison.
Yeah, man.
Like, this ain't
James Madison, dog. That defense ain't James Madison. Now, I'll say this: like, if Dante Moore looks really good, I think he could potentially. I think he has the best chance to have conversations of who should be the number 1 quarterback if he decides. Like, if he goes on a nice little run and they get to the championship game, hell, if they even win it, I could see people talking themselves into him being the number 1.
Trump
and the Trump Bowl, is that what this is? The Trump Bowl?
Because it's orange.
No. Oh, I'm slow. I'm slow. Yeah, shout out to Mark. That's hilarious. I think this game is going to be a good game. I just think that defense is going to make some. They're going to make some plays because Dante Moore. I love him as a quarterback, but he tends to throw some picks. He does, man. He had 2 picks against James Madison, so I'm only curious to see what he'll do against this Texas Tech defense, especially against the linebackers. And that D line is nasty, man. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, but I think Texas Tech wins in a good game.
Me too. What's gonna decide this game is can Oregon's run offense, can they run the football against this Texas Tech defense?
That's key. Yeah, that's key.
If they can run the football with these running backs, that's going to open the play action pass.
I think they win if they can run the ball.
Yeah, I think that's going to be and you take away the threat of a David Bailey, rushing the passer on you, and all the rest of these guys, and you kind of then you're tiring out these linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Because now they got to play run support. So if they can run the football, then I'm with you. Texas Tech might lose this game, and everything we thought was wrong.
Yeah, but if they don't, it could be a long day.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Oregon, even though I think Oregon can score, I do think they want to slow this game down. I don't think they want to shoot out.
Nah.
I don't think they want to shoot out. So I think they want to slow the game down to tire this defense out. So we get in the fourth quarter, these guys is, holding their hands on their hips.
Keep the game close, because the moment they got the lead, man, they just pin their ears back and they just go full floor. You know what I mean? We've seen that a lot of times. So I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, I am. Hopefully it's a good game. Then you got Alabama facing Indiana in the Rose Bowl. That's in LA. Alabama, they look pretty solid against Oklahoma in the second half. Of course, they pulled away. They didn't look good in the first part. They were down 17, but they came back, rallied, and they look like the Alabama that we think they can be when they are on 10, when they're firing at all cylinders. Indiana, they had a tough one against Ohio State in that Big Ten championship. They've had a long rest. We'll see if they have to knock any rust off or if this rest helped them out and they come out fresh legs. That'll be the one thing that you got to answer. And any of these teams that have been sitting down, is the rust going to be something that they got to knock off? But it should be a good game, but I'm still going to go with Indiana to win this game. I just think they're going to have the fresher legs. And I think that I just think it's sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and I just think it's their year to at least get to the semifinal. So I'm gonna roll with Indiana.
Yeah, I'm rolling with my quarterback. Man. That's my guy, man. My quarterback. That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback, man. Yeah. He gonna put on a show, man. Fernando Mendoza's gonna put on a show.
Yeah, you gonna turn on him soon. If he loses the game, you gonna turn on him.
No, I'm not. That's our guy, man. That's our guy that's gonna lead
like 3 picks and lose this game.
Nah, I'm telling you, man. This guy's gonna be amazing, bro. I think he's gonna have a great game. I think he's gonna be very, very dominant against Alabama. I think he's gonna show why eventually the Raiders are gonna take over the AFC West, man. Like he gonna be the star. He gonna be the star of the show in the AFC West, man. He gonna put fear against the Chiefs, the Broncos, Chargers, man. That guy.
Clip that. Clip that
guy.
Clip that.
Yeah, shout out to my man Mendoza, man. He gonna ball out, man. Indiana, they gonna dominate, man. I like that
for sure. And then the last game, we got Ole Miss facing Georgia. Of course, Ole Miss looked good against Tulane, and then Georgia, they look pretty good. They blew out Alabama in the SEC championship. Of course, I got Georgia winning the national championship. Look, man, I just think Georgia is on a roll right now. I just think they know who they are right now. Kirby Smart, he's one of the best coaches in the world, in college football, definitely. So I'm gonna roll with Georgia still. I got Georgia winning. I personally wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't even close. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be close maybe in the third quarter, and then I think Georgia pulls away and wins by like 10-14.
I think people got to remember the sense of motivation. And this Ole Miss team is highly motivated to prove their head coach wrong. Now, do I think it will be enough for them to beat this Georgia team? No, I do not. But I would. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not be surprised if this is a game that went into overtime. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is gonna be a close game. I think Ole Miss is not in fear of Georgia at all. This offense is humming. They got a lot of confidence. They came out of that Tulane game healthy. But this Georgia team is really good. It's really good. It's really confident right now. I get it. They've been playing some of their best ball, but we have seen Georgia at moments with this offense have a little bit of slippage. We have seen that. So that could be a possibility where they may start out slow, especially with the extra weeks off. We've seen that from Georgia before, and teams as a whole. The history shows us that. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Ole Miss got up early on this Georgia team, and Georgia had to kind of claw their way back a little bit. Then they eventually win that game in overtime. I could see that clearly. I still got Georgia winning though. I still think Georgia is that team, but I think the sense of motivation with this Ole Miss squad, a lot of their players came to play. I know there was conversations last week with Chambliss not playing, but he looked really good last week, and they're highly motivated, man. They're highly motivated. So I think this is going to be a really good game. I think this could be the game of the day.
Okay, I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. And Topanga feels the same way.
Yeah. And they got the schedule right. Congratulations to college football. You actually got the schedule right. I'm not mad at Miami and Ohio State, the New Year's Eve, and I'm not mad at the slate of what you got. I think the way they did it was perfect.
No, I agree.
Because I think that Ohio State game, to me, is the highest probability of being a blowout.
Yeah,
the highest probability.
I can see it getting ugly fast.
But by that time, people are getting ready for New Year's Eve. They're already halfway drunk. People forget. They'll forget about the bring of the new year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's do our start off with our off-season needs. Today we had to do two. Usually we do one. We'll start doing one next week, Monday and Wednesday. But today we'll do the AFC and NFC North. We'll start off with that. So I'm gonna start off with the AFC North. I'll kick it off.
Okay.
So I'll start with Pittsburgh. Of course, if I'm Pittsburgh, I still think, of course, you need a quarterback. You don't know what you're gonna have, what's gonna happen with Aaron Rodgers. So you might need to get you a quarterback in this draft, or maybe a trade for one. I don't know, but you definitely need a quarterback. I think you need a wide receiver. It's shown evident that DK Metcalf can't do it by himself. And he needs you need a number 2 wide receiver. Marquez Valdez-Scantling ain't the answer. Adam Thielen ain't the answer. Calvin Austin ain't the answer. They're just not. You need another wide receiver. And I think they need to start thinking about getting another edge. TJ Watt's getting old, man. He's getting injury prone too. Getting hurt a lot.
A lot. Plus, they trying to kill him too. So I'm like, it's not looking good for my man over there, bro.
You definitely possibly need to get you another edge rusher to kind of take over that mantle for TJ Watt when he, maybe he goes to another team, maybe he retires a Steeler. So we don't know how many more years TJ Watt has left to play. So especially with his injury history. So I would say get another edge. Corner could be on the list too, because Jalen Ramsey is getting older. Their corner situation is kind of tricky. I do like Joey Porter Jr., but outside of him, it's just kind of like,
yeah.
Baltimore, they need a wide receiver. They need to get another wide receiver. They need to get a star wide receiver, somebody that if you are gonna keep Lamar Jackson, I'm with Maul. You need to get somebody who he can rely on in big crucial situations. So it can't be Mark Andrews, even though I don't understand why y'all gave Mark Andrews a 3-year extension with his age. But okay, whatever. If you're gonna do that, I think you still need to go get you another number 1 wide receiver. I think they need to add edge rusher because you don't know what's going to happen to Justin BK because he's got a neck injury, and those are scary. So you're going to need and Calvin, or he's getting old. He's like 30-something, 35 years old. You need another young stud edge rusher. Mike Green hasn't worked out like you guys thought it was. Maybe he just needs another year. Maybe he turns into that next year. But I think you need to add to this defensive line, and I think you need another corner to go with Nate Wiggins. I like Nate Wiggins. I think Nate Wiggins can be good. But I do think that you need another corner to go alongside of him. because I think the other corners are just bad. Kyle Hamilton is a beast. I think Malik Starks is going to be nice. You know what I'm saying? I think your safeties are fine, but I do think you need another corner. Cincinnati, defense. You need an edge rusher, a cornerback, and a linebacker. But I wouldn't be mad at O-line, too. You do definitely need an O-line to help out Joe Burrow because he getting his ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Against good teams. Bad teams, whatever. But good teams, when they got good, effective pass rush, it don't look good for Joe Burrow. And you don't want him to consistently get hurt. That's why my man is depressed. Outside of just Zach Taylor being his head coach, he's depressed. So you might need an offensive lineman too. They might need to go up higher than corner. Mm-hmm. And in Cleveland, I think y'all need another wide receiver. If you're gonna roll with Shedeur Sanders, please give my man some help at wide receiver. He needs it. This offense needs it. I think y'all got some pieces. I like Harold Fanning. I like Cedric Tillman. I think Tillman could be a good possible number 2. I think you got some pieces. Of course, Quinshon Juggins. I mean, depending on his leg injury, but if he can come back, I like.
They say he should be back by spring. They say he should be fine.
I like Dylan Sampson. I think y'all do got some offensive pieces that y'all can build around. But if y'all get like a Carnell Tate over there, and look, I'm gonna talk about my Chiefs later, but I'm all board for Carnell Tate. I'm all board. I want to get in on this Ohio State wide receiver thing because they work.
It's proven between LSU and Ohio State.
Looks like a whole new wide receiver right now, bro. Like,
but Ohio State and LSU, those are the receivers you need to go get. Those are the only team you need to go look at. Honestly,
dudes just work. they just translate.
They translate, yeah.
Which I don't understand for the life of me. And shout out to Brian Hartline for getting a head coach. Why did no team be like, you know what? He's building some more. Why don't you gonna be our wide receiver coach?
They may have tried. It just maybe Ohio State was like, "Nah, we're gonna up your pay. We're gonna up your pay."
Well,
how much they trying to give you?
They did give him play call.
Okay, yeah.
Year, so.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Yeah, they knew.
So, but still, Cleveland get a wide receiver. I would invest in linebacker and safety. I think their corners. Denzel Ward, I think, is one of the more underrated corners people don't talk about.
I think he's easily top 6.
Yeah, he's a baller. Dude is a baller. So, and I think their secondary is actually not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I just think that
defense ain't bad. It's just I think they got worn out.
I think their defensive line is one of the best. Mason Graham, of course, Myles Garrett is the best in the game right now. I think they got a great defensive line. I just think they, it wouldn't hurt to get a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's a little bit more sideline to sideline.
They could be a potential for run for one of those Texas Tech guys.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then a safety. I think a safety. I like Del Felt, but I think they could add another safety over there. So, but wide receivers should be high key. So,
yeah.
What you got?
For the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously I agree with you. I think they need to figure out the quarterback situation. This team needs to get younger. I think they need to get some youth. DK Metcalf, I know they signed DK, but look, man, I think they should upgrade the receiving core. Me personally, I think they have a lot of question marks because I think that O-line is getting a little older. I think that D-line is getting a little older. Obviously, the quarterback situation is we know what it is with Aaron Rodgers. Do you really want to just wait around and hope that he wants to come back? No. I think this game, as you kind of said it, I think Chris stated it perfectly. This game is going to kind of really show the direction of the AFC North for the foreseeable future. Because I think one of those two teams will change between Steelers or the Baltimore Ravens. They're gonna make some changes. So with Steelers, I would love to see an upgrade in the running back situation. I agree with you, Jalen Ramsey. I think he's still playing at a high level, but wouldn't be mad to get another corner, get some tutelage under him. I think it would help as well. But again, this is one of the big keys in the AFC North. I think that was going to be one of my motto is a change of culture. You know what I mean? It's just maybe it's the time to hear a new voice. You know what I mean? Whether it's with the front office or the head coach. And I think a lot of these teams in this division kind of are in that kind of area right now. You know what I mean? With that one, Cincinnati Bengals. I just think they need the number one thing is culture change. They need a culture change in that whole building. When you got your star quarterback talking about him not being happy, him trying to figure out whether he still has the love of the game for football, whether he even wants to still be there. I think says a lot. When you got to have Jamar Chase be the leader, I think that says a lot. Respectfully to Jamar Chase, but that says a lot. I think they need to make a decision on who do you want? Do you want Jamar Chase or do you want T? I think they need to make that decision because with all those numbers on those books, with those 3 players, it's hard for you to upgrade that defensive side.
I'm trading T.
I'm trading T too, and I love T. T's going to be a number one. I think T deserves to have his own team, whether it's to come to my Raiders, whether it's to go to the New England Patriots, whether it's go anywhere like that needs a number one. Like I think he will be that. Like go to the Chargers, whatever the case may be, or go to your Chiefs. I don't know, maybe they will never do it, but just hypothetically. But at the end of the day, I think they need to figure out that direction. I think they need to fire Zach Taylor. I think they really need to do that. I'm
taking over, Mark.
And then what happened?
He has number of coaches changes in the AFC North over under 1.5.
Oh,
I'm taking over.
I'm taking over, low key. I think this could be one of the few rare times where you might see a clean sweep sweep in a whole division on new head coaches. It could be very possible because let's say hypothetically the Steelers win, they beat the Ravens. You got the Ravens in that situation, and the Steelers are going to get waxed in the first round. So you're pretty much repeating what you've been doing for the last couple of years. So that's just kind of how I feel with that. The Browns commit to Shedeur Sanders. That's the number one thing. They need to fully commit to Shedeur Sanders. Trade Dylan Gabriel. I know you got Deshaun Watson. If you could potentially trade Deshaun Watson, you do that as well. Fully commit to Shedeur Sanders. He is the future of your squad. And then you need to make a decision whether you want Kevin Stefanski there or do you want the GM there. Make a decision because obviously there is a line in the sand on what direction they want to go. Me personally, I do not trust Kevin Stefanski with Shedeur Sanders at all. You need to get rid of him quick, fast, in a hurry, and commit to Andrew Berry and commit to Shedeur Sanders. That's what you need to do. You have the pieces to be a relevant franchise. I repeat, the Browns have pieces, players to be a relevant franchise that potentially could take over this division if things go their way. So make sure you do that. And the only way you can start doing that is if you commit to Shedeur Sanders and you fire Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski ain't the guy no more. You can miss me with all those coach of the years. That shit was a long time ago. Fully commit to Shedeur Sanders. And last but not least, the Baltimore Ravens. I love the squad and what they have, but I agree. They need to upgrade in the wide receiving core. I think it's time for Harbaugh to go. I think, wouldn't it be funny if they just swap head coaches, put Harbaugh on the Steelers and put Tomlin on the Ravens? I think even a situation like that would be interesting to see. But I think they need to commit to Lamar Jackson. No need to even consider that. And just put a new voice in there and then just upgrade the wide receiving talent. And then I agree with you, add some depth on that defensive side because it seems like their defensive players just fall by the wayside. And, add some depth there. I think they're pretty secure at running back situation right now. I like the 3 running backs that they have with Keem Mitchell, Derrick Henry, and I forgot the other guy's name. What's the other guy's name? He's really good too. He's like one of those
Justice Hill.
Yeah, I like. What's the other guy's name? He's like number 29 or something. What's his name?
Talking about Rasheen Ali.
Yeah, Ali. I like Ali. I like Ali a lot. Like he showed some to me the last couple of games especially when they were trying to hide Derrick Henry in that fourth quarter. But anyways, I think that the Ravens, I think they're fine. I just think they need a couple upgrades and I think a coaching change, and I think they can get back to being hungry and relevant. But I said it before. I think there's a line in the sand. You either got to pick Harbaugh or Lamar Jackson. I think that's just kind of where we're at right now.
For sure. And then going to the NFC North, I'm gonna start with Chicago. I know Chicago is rolling, even though they took a loss last night. They're still rolling, but it's clear evident last night they need an edge rusher. They need a guy.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Because San Francisco was just gashing them up and down the field, and then they can only live off of turnovers are so long. You know what I'm saying? They're an opportunistic team. They got a pick six first play. First, they got a pick six, but they need an edge rusher. I wouldn't be mad if they added another corner and a safety to this DB room. Maybe a defensive lineman. I think everything else is pretty sad. I think their offensive line is pretty good. I think they did good in the offseason getting an offensive line. We all know Joe Tooney is one of the best, probably a future Hall of Famer one day, and Joe Tooney. And I think that everywhere else on that offensive line has been pretty well. I think, Caleb Williams gets protected pretty well. It'll be interesting to see. I know Swift, he's played well, but he is getting older. He's been around for a little bit. Maybe they add another running back, a younger running back in that backfield. I do like what's his name, Ungwai guy.
I think he could be the starter, low key. He's nasty. He's nasty.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But offensively, I think the pieces is there. Maybe you trade DJ Moore away and you get another wide receiver, but I think they're fine at wide receiver. Roman Duzay, Luther Burton, Colston Loveland is starting to come into his own. Like Cole Kmet is still pretty good. So I think offensively they'll be fine. So Green Bay, wide receiver.
And people said I was tripping. Come on, man. We back at one.
Green Bay, wide receiver. If you could find a way to get that kid from USC, he would work wonders for your offense. Him, Golden, and whoever else you got, maybe Reed, maybe Wicks or whatever, with Tucker Craft coming back off an injury, I think that he would do wonders for y'all. Of course, with the injury of Michael Parsons, you're probably going to need another edge rusher because he's coming off an ACL tear. We don't know when he's going to come back. He probably won't be back till maybe October, November. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to need somebody who can rush the passer with Rashawn Gary. We saw with Michael Parsons how it affected Rashawn Gary. It helped Rashawn Gary out. He ain't the only one out there rushing the passer. So you're definitely going to need that. And I think they need another corner. I think they need a true number one corner. That's what I think. I don't think they got that.
Tough. Those are tough to come by.
They are. They're very tough. So that would be some things. Minnesota, quarterback. Sorry, J.J. McCarthy. You know how I feel about him. You know how Maul feels about him. Quarterback. I don't care if it's a trade or maybe, hey, you put your eggs in the basket of one of these quarterbacks in the draft. I don't know. But you need a quarterback. I would say corner. Maybe get another corner to go on the outside. I think their defensive line is actually underrated. I think they have a pretty decent, solid defensive line. Maybe you get an edge rusher to help out on this defensive line, but I think their front seven is actually not that bad. And then lastly, I know this sounds crazy, but I think Addison is gone after this season. So get a wide receiver. Unless you trust in Naylor to be a number 2 with Justin Jefferson. I think you do need to get another wide receiver to go with Justin Jefferson. So, yeah. And then Detroit, all defense, baby. Edge rusher. You need somebody to help Aiden Hutchinson out. You need another corner. You need a true corner. And then with Branch injury, you're probably going to need a safety. So you need to go all defense. Offensively, you ain't got no issues. I think offensively, you fine. You got all the pieces. Maybe you get a tight end because Sam Laporta's injury history. But outside of that, I don't even think the tight end is that important because tight end is not a big part of your offense. It's Amon St. Brown. Now you're getting Jameson Williams involved. Jahmyr Gibbs is your number 1 running back. I don't think, unless he takes a pay cut or whatever, to come back. I don't think David Montgomery's coming back next year. So I don't think your offense is going to suffer. Maybe you need to get another play caller in there to help out with the offense a little bit as far as situational football. But and maybe it's an upgraded quarterback. But I think that you need to help Jared Goff out with helping out that defense and not giving up points and putting all the pressure on him to make big plays. Even though you want your quarterback to make big plays, but with a quarterback like Jared Goff, he's very good. And if you can get the stuff around him to be elevated, then I think that you can still – we've seen it. He's gotten to a Super Bowl before with the Rams. So why not help him out on the defensive side when you're not going to get an Aaron Donald, but get somebody on that defensive line to make this defensive line seem like Aaron Donald is out there. So, I think that you need to help out this defense and not put so much pressure on this offense to be so great.
Yeah. I'll start off with the Bears. I think one of the things I think that's really big for their offseason is just the continuous development of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson with that relationship. Obviously, Caleb Williams, I think he's made tremendous strides this year with the offensive side, but obviously you like to see a little bit more consistency. You know, we still see him, throw some balls where we're like, why did you kind of throw that? But I think the more he gets comfortable, as we've seen it, the more and more he's been comfortable with this offense, the more we've seen the Caleb Williams that we used to see at USC. Obviously, they need to make a decision on DJ Moore. I would love for them to, add some depth to that defensive line, maybe even the linebacker core to kind of help out, some of the running. Run stopping, and obviously the back end. I still got plenty of faith on Jalen Johnson. Obviously, he has been battling injuries this year and stuff like that, but I still have a ton of faith. I think he can still be the number one guy, but I wouldn't be mad if they add some depth on there. But I think one of the key things for them is obviously the continuous development of Caleb Williams. I think if he continues to develop at what he's been going, he's been heading in a positive direction. I think the Bears could be one of the best teams in this division for a while. The Green Bay Packers, everybody knows how I feel about this wide receiving core. It's hot garbage. I think they need to figure out what they want to do with Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. I think they're talented guys, but I think they have some stuff that leaves a lot to be desired. Christian Watson, he has injury problems. I think it's clearly stated. Like my man just can't stay healthy, and I have a fear of every time he falls on that ground. To me, he's like the Anthony Davis of wide receivers. Like I just don't trust it. I think he's ultra talented, but I can't trust him being on that field week in and week out to consistently put up the numbers that he can potentially do. Like we see once he's on the field, we see the top get blown off with this offense and how different this offense looks. Obviously, I need to see progression with Jordan Love and some of the bad throws and bad picks he got. I think you got to have conversations about the running back situation. Like I love Josh Jacobs, but again, he's getting older and he has his injury problems as well. I agree with you. The big thing, Michael Parsons is not going to be there, so you do have to add some depth on that D line until he's able to come back and pair him up. But I think a lot of the problems to me are on that offensive side. That's just me. Yeah. Minnesota Vikings. JJ McCarthy got to go. Sorry. He got to go, bro. He's terrible, bro. Or Justin Jefferson is going to ask for a trade. Yeah. I would I love Joe Addison. I think they should try to find a way to keep him. I would love him to be on my Raiders or anything like that, but I think they should find a way to keep him. I don't know how hard or how tough that would be, especially coming off of the season that he has been. And a lot of people would probably attest that to just the quarterback play. And then obviously, I think fan base need to question this front office because you literally let two guys walk out, Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones had the Colts before he got hurt, the number one seed in the AFC. You see Sam Darnold currently in the number one spot in the NFC currently right now. Those are two quarterbacks you had on your roster this time last year, and you chose to go with JJ McCarthy coming off an ACL injury with no proof that he could take this team over. Because this team this team as constructed is ready to make a playoff run, but you decided to take a quarterback that just literally dampened and killed your whole chance of being Super Bowl contenders. Like Minnesota is not a team that's rebuilding. Minnesota is a team that is ready to win now, and they need to figure that out. So whether it's call a Mac Jones, whether it's call a quarterback that is available that that can get this offense run. I think you have the defense that can compete. It's this offense that was just putrid. Like, look at Justin Jefferson. I don't think Justin Jefferson even cracked 1,000 yards this year. Did he? How many yards does my man Justin Jefferson had? Let me see. Where's Justin Jefferson? Justin Jefferson has 947 yards and two TDs. Two TDs. This man is top two receivers in the league. How does this man not have more than 2 touchdowns? Like, come on, dog. Like, they need to figure that out on the offensive side. And questions need to come from that GM and that head coach because you made that decision. I like him as a head coach. He's great, but that decision kind of killed it. Next up, we're gonna go. Oh, last but not least, we're gonna go with the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, look. Do you have conversations about potentially getting off of Jared Goff? I think that's something you gotta kind of consider. I think they're kind of in that same space as what the Rams were when they kind of made that decision. Now, is there a quarterback that could potentially upgrade your situation? There could potentially be two. Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. There potentially could be two. Now, those are the only two names that I would strongly consider if you're going to move on from Jared Goff, because I think he's shown he can be that guy. I think they need to refine their offensive identity. Their play calling was atrocious. They lost all the rhythm that they had. They got to have to make a decision on what they want to do with David Montgomery. I know there's been rumors about Amon-Ra St. Brown. Obviously, you need to add depth on that defense. Like, look, if you look at the Detroit Lions, they were plus 65 in point differential, yet they're 8-8. That's not good. I think that's the best point differential in their division. I think the Bears are only plus 29. So that shows you a lot that they have the team to be Super Bowl contenders. This is literally the same team that they had last year. But I would like to see some depth. They don't get no pass rush. If Aiden Hutchinson can't do it, they have no chance. So add some pass rush. See what's up with Chase Young. See what's up with somebody that you can afford. Obviously, everybody wants everybody to trade for Max Crosby. Max Crosby ain't going anywhere. You're not trading for Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett ain't going nowhere. Like, maybe you could try to call the Giants and maybe see they might let go of one of the guys that they have on that D-line. I think it'll be kind of tough. Maybe if there's been rumors that fans are tired of Abdul Carter, maybe try to take a swing at him. If they're willing to part ways with Abdul Carter, I would find that highly unlikely, but it won't hurt to check to see what's up. But again, or check to see what's up with I think you got Cam Jordan and with the Saints. I think he's going to be a free agent or something like that in the offseason. So maybe you can, I know he's a little older, but maybe you could try to see what's up with that. I think you have capabilities of adding stuff on, but I think there's just two hard questions you got to figure out is what you want to do with Jared Goff moving forward, if you still trust him. And I think you need to figure out this offensive play calling and depth on the defensive line.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that'll be something that we have to look for in the offseason. Before we go forward, we do got a little bit of breaking news, man. Anthony Joshua got into a bad car accident in Nigeria. It is said to be a fatal one. He had minor injuries, but unfortunately, two of his best friends was in the car. They did not. They end up passing. Senna was his strength and conditioning coach. He was the one who helped him prepare for the Jake Paul fight and probably all other fights. And then Latz was his personal trainer. So those two brothers, unfortunately, end up passing away in this car accident. They said that Anthony Joshua suffered minor injuries, but prayers out to Anthony Joshua and everybody who's involved in this car accident. His two friends and their family, my condolences to them, and prayers to them, prayers to everybody in this situation, man. It's a sad situation.
Nah, very sad, especially him coming off one of his, biggest wins, especially money-wise, after Jake Paul fight, you know what I mean? Very, very sad situation. Sad that two of his best friends passed away. Happy that he's okay, but still, I know he's going to have a mental battle here. These for the rest of his life with losing his friends in an accident. I know there's been kind of some conversations. I'm not very familiar with the Nigeria infrastructure out there, but I've been seeing some commentary about that and how that needs to be fixed. I'm not the guy to talk about that, but at the end of the day, man, I just want to send my prayers to everybody that was involved in this accident, man. Prayers to Anthony Joshua, the friends of his, the family of all the friends of his that passed away. And man, it sucks, man, especially coming off of that high, man. And you travel in the world with your best friends, and to lose them just like that, man. I can only imagine what mentally he's going through right now. I think I saw a report where I think he's flying back to the UK to manage his injuries or stuff like that. So it's tough, man. It's tough. Prayers out to everybody involved, man. That's a sad story.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's do our BetUS Surefire Picks, man.
Let's do it.
right, man, what you got?
So for tonight, I got the Falcons plus 7.5. This is just for me purposely because I need this for fantasy wise. I need the Falcons to play good. Defensively, I need you to play really good. This needs to be your best defensive effort of all time for me to have a chance to win my big money fantasy league. So if you guys do this, I will forever be grateful for Falcons. I would never talk mess about the Falcons organization. Raheem Morris, you should get a lifetime contract. Don't ever get fired, my brother. But just I need this one, please, please, please. Next up, I got the Nuggets minus 2.5 against the Heat. I know the Nuggets have been struggling here as of late, but I think they'll be able to beat the Heat. I got the Bucks minus 3.5 against the Hornets. Knipple, he got hurt with his ankle injury. He's going to be out, so that does affect the Hornets and their offense capabilities. He's low-key been kind of the rookie of the year right now. But with the Bucks, Giannis back, they're rolling right now. I'm going to take the Bucks minus 3.5. And then I like the Cavs plus 3 over the Spurs. I know the Spurs coming off that loss against the Jazz. Cavs have been playing better. They are getting healthier. I'm going to take the Cavs, man. I think Donovan Mitchell has a big game, and I think they cover the spread. I think they even beat the Spurs tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much got the same stuff. I got Atlanta plus 7.5. I need both teams to play well tonight. I need Matthew Stafford to have the game of his life. I need 6 touchdowns to win my championship.
We don't need that.
I was stupid yesterday, and I started Dylan Sampson instead of Charbonnet.
Oh, bro, I started Taysom Hill instead of Luther Burke. And in my head, I was like, bro, I need to switch that, and I never did it, bro. Oh my god.
I was going back and forth with this because it's just like sometimes Charbonnet look good, and then 1 minute they don't even use it. So it's like, and I thought Dylan Sampson was going to start. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get all the carries.
Nope.
Nah, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. So yeah, man, I need Matthew Stafford. I need Bijan Robinson to have a game of his life. I need both of them to have the game of their life. If I want to win this championship, if not, I'll be in second place. I ain't tripping, but still. I got the Bucks 3.5 over the Hornets, and I got the Nuggets 3.5 over the Heat. So, if you go to any of our social media, you'll see the BetUS link. Click on it. Go sign up. You get 125% sign-up bonus plus 10% gamble insurance. That's 3 risk-free bets on your first 3 deposits on $100 up to $5,000. That means on your first 3 bets, if you bet $100 and you lose, you keep your money. So you can win some money, or on your first 3 deposits, you can keep your money if you lose. So go over to BetUS, sign up, and tell them Cris Style Mal sent you. And that does it for our BetUS Surefire Picks. All right, man, it's time for Mal's Random News. It is now time for Mal's Random News.
What's up, everybody? Last random news of 2025, man. You know we love to hear Chris's comments, hear his voice, his opinions. Sir, are you ready for the last random news of this year?
I'm ready.
Let's do it, man. First up, Lincoln Riley, he made some comments about the ending of the Notre Dame USC rivalry game. Quote, he said, had Notre Dame lived up to their word and played us anytime, anywhere, we'd be playing them the next 2 years. What are your thoughts with his comments about the USC Notre Dame rivalry ending currently right
now? It's unfortunate, you know. I don't know whose side did what. You know what I'm saying? If it's on Notre Dame, then shame on Notre Dame. If it's on USC, shame on USC. This is why we watch college football, man, for the rivalries, man. College sports, period. But really for football, you know, you watch it for the rivalries, man. USC, Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn, you know what I'm saying? Florida State. You watch it for those in state or in, you know, whatever rivalries, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, shame on all parties.
No, I agree. Next up, everybody knows about the whole Celeste Rivas case with David. She was brutally murdered. But it seems like reports from TMZ that David is likely to be indicted by a grand jury in the Celeste Rivas case. So, you know, a lot of people have been questioning what has been taking so long. Seems like he's going to get indicted. I don't know if you've been paying attention. I know we've talked a little bit here and there about that, but what are your thoughts about David likely to be indicted by a grand jury?
I mean, justice should be served. Hopefully he gets a guilty sentence and he gets put away. You know, lock him up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe that, you know, nobody should die like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should get unalive like that, should I say. So, yeah, man, lock his ass up.
Nah, yeah, you know, obviously, you know, he's getting indicted, but prayers out to Celeste Rivas, her. Hopefully her spirit's in a better place and her family. But on a side note, it's going to be very curious to see some of the motives behind why he did what he did. You know what I mean? I know it's been kind of this conversation that people are obsessed with the murders and trials and stuff like that. But it's something that, you know, I think it's going to be interesting to hear respectfully. Next up, Dan Orlovsky, he made some comments on what an MVP would mean for Matthew Stafford. Quote, if Stafford wins MVP and he wins the Super Bowl, I think it puts him in the conversation for one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Do you agree or disagree with Dan Orlovsky's statement?
You got it. Yeah, you got to put him up there. We all know the talent of Matthew Stafford. You know what I'm saying? We know that man can throw the rock. Ever since he came out of Georgia, it's always been talked about how great he was. It was just unfortunate that on that Detroit team, they fell short. You know what I'm saying? He had one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, and they never really got to where they should have got to. You know what I'm saying? Whether it been coaching or, you know, other things, you know, that prevented that. But he ended up going to LA, winning the Super Bowl. And if he wins the two of them, yeah, you definitely got to put him up there, talked about him and the likes of the Elways and the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's, the Patrick Mahomes, you know, those guys who have won multiple Super Bowls, have done incredible things in this league, man, and have records and numbers and all that stuff to back it up. It'll definitely solidify him as a Hall of Famer, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even first ballot. So, yeah, you definitely have to put him in the conversation, and maybe even having a Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers conversation.
No, I agree. I think Matthew Stafford, I think if he does win the MVP and he wins the Super Bowl, I think that puts him over Aaron Rodgers, me personally. Yeah. Numbers match it. But we'll see. I think he has a great opportunity. Obviously, they got to worry about the health of Devontae Adams. If he comes back, I think they have a great shot. Yeah. Next up, Dwight Howard made some comments about the military. He said, quote, random, I honestly feel like the president should make a 1 year of service mandatory for everyone born in America. A lot of other countries do it, and I think it would help with discipline and structure. I'm curious what y'all would think, if this helps America or not. What are your comments on that? Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts?
Respectfully, Dwight Howard, get the fuck out of here, man. You can't make people go do 1 year of service. If they ain't built for that, they ain't built for that. That should be a decision and a choice by the person who wants to do that. There are a lot of men and women out here that want to serve their country, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? They want to, whatever branch they want to go into. But forcing people to do a year, nah, that ain't cool.
Nah, he's
you got to understand, excuse me, but you got to understand a lot of those other countries are not in a democracy. So they make them do that shit.
Yeah. Well, luckily I'm old enough where I don't think I would be I would have to go do it. So yes, I don't know. Good luck with that. Next up, Auburn star wide receiver Cam Coleman is expected to enter the transfer portal. Through 2 seasons, he's totaled 1,300 yards, 13 TDs. Coleman immediately becomes one of the top wide receivers to hit the portal. With that being said, where would you like to see Cam Coleman transfer to?
UNLV. Come on, man. Come to UNLV, man. We need all the help we can get. No. You come to Missouri. Come to Missouri. Even though Eli Drinkers ain't going to do nothing with you, but still, you come to Missouri.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he's going to end up in Georgia or something. Ohio State.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Shout out to Cam, man. Hopefully you get some, man. Maybe if we get a quarterback, man, come to Florida, man. You look good. You look good in some blue and orange, my boy. Next up, Marcus Freeman. He announced that he is returning to Notre Dame for the 2026 season. Obviously, there were a lot of teams that were interested in him, especially in the NFL. New York Giants was one of the main teams. Do you think he made the right decision? Do you think he should have stayed at Notre Dame, or do you think he should have tried to take his talents to the NFL, especially with his name being as hot as it is?
I ain't gonna say he made a mistake. It's not like Notre Dame is still a prominent school to coach at. He's still gonna get the recruits that he wants to get for the most part. Maybe if he goes, you would argue maybe if he was like in a Georgia or a Michigan or Ohio State type place, he'll probably get a little bit higher recruiting. But outside of that, I still think that he's done a wonderful job with Notre Dame. They're consistently at least playoff contention, if not national championship contention. I just think that, in these next couple of years, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Marcus Freeman. If he gets a national championship, or does he get into that James Franklin, even though he's made a national championship, but does he get kind of in that James Franklin talk of not getting it done? You know what I'm saying? So, and will people start, moving off of him? You know what I'm saying? So you do have to strike when the iron is hot, and, maybe this is a missed opportunity as far as the NFL goes, but if he continues to have success, the opportunities will be there.
Absolutely. Like, I'm sure he sees an opportunity that this team could win a national championship next year, especially with some of the talent that they got. Obviously, they're losing some players, but I think their draft class is pretty good. So shout out to Marcus Freeman. I'm sure eventually he'll take his talents to the NFL and give it a shot. Next up, Draymond Green has made some comments about playing on Christmas Day. He says, quote, playing on Christmas Day also fucking sucks. And the reason it sucks is, number one, what I just said, it can affect your mood. Number two, we are human beings, and just like everyone else, enjoy Christmas Day with our families. That kind of gets messed up for us. They're in their homes or on vacation with their families making memories. We don't get that opportunity. So I hate when people are like, oh man, it's an honor to play on Christmas Day. People should shut up. Like, no, you should shut up, because whether you played on Christmas Day or not, I don't really care about that perspective. What are your thoughts with it?
What sucks? Me having to see Draymond Green play on Christmas Day. That's what sucks. I'm tired of seeing him. Retire, man. Please leave. I'm sick of you. You 37 years old, you still doing the same stuff. At one point, do you grow up, man? Like, at what point? You continuously do the same stuff. You complain. You always want to fight. You pick and choose who you want to get into it with, first and foremost. So let's get that out the way. But, brother, can you please leave? Because I'm tired of seeing you on my screen.
Can I say something?
Clip that, please.
Can I say something? Draymond Green, respectfully, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. This is one of the problems with the NFL, with the NBA and some of these players, with this perception that y'all don't care. This is kind of the same conversation I had with Boogie about the All-Star Weekend. Y'all get paid millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars to play basketball. And you want to sit here and say something like, oh, like now you're miserable. First y'all miserable playing the All-Star game. Then y'all miserable playing back-to-backs. Then y'all miserable playing on Christmas Day. And that is literally when people say that is the start of the NBA season. Bro, it's part of your calendar. It's part of your job. What are you talking about? If you don't want to play, fake a goddamn injury and don't play. It's one of the biggest moments and biggest honors to play on Christmas Day in the NBA, and you're bitching and you're complaining and you're telling people that they should shut up because you don't care about their perspective. Brother, we don't care about your perspective. We think it's fucking dumb. You sound stupid as fuck. You sound like you're privileged as shit. We don't want to hear the woes of we're people too. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. You got to stop assuming that people don't give a fuck about y'all being human beings. We know you're human beings because you remind us every fucking day about shit that y'all complain about. But yet y'all still get paid $30, $40, $50 million a year to play fucking basketball. No one's asking you to be a brain surgeon. What about the people that got to work in the goddamn arena on Christmas Day? You think they're happy? No, but they get paid way less than you. They got to deal with the bullshit in the arena, and they don't get the same benefactors of what you do in the NBA, dog. What are you talking about? What are you bitching for again? Like, this is why people have their problems with the NBA, because they hear idiots like you bitching about playing on Christmas Day. If you don't want to play on Christmas Day, then just start fucking being ass. So people ain't got to worry about you on your goddamn TV screen. Shut the fuck up. This is a clear example of shut the fuck up. You don't need to give us your opinions on how you feel about playing on Christmas Day. Okay, you miss your family. That's cool. You get April, May, June, July, August, and part of September to spend with your goddamn family with the millions of dollars that's in your bank account. What are we talking about, bruh? They extended All-Star Weekend for y'all for 2 weeks, so you get extra rest. You bitch about going to the All-Star game. Now we're bitching about Christmas. Soon y'all gonna bitch about how long the playoffs are. Then what's gonna be the end result, dog? Draymond, respectfully, shut up. And you kind of mimicking what LeBron said. LeBron like, I'd rather be at home with brother, retire. No one's forcing you to be here. But yet you get paid $60 million. No one wants to hear the woe is me, we are people too shit. Like, people are over that shit. No one cares, brother. We understand you are human beings. We get it. But no one wants to hear y'all bitching and complaining about playing on Christmas Day. My God. Wake up. Wake up. You got people stressing about their fucking premiums of healthcare, but yeah, we got NBA players who get paid $50 million bitching about Christmas Day. We got people who are getting shipped out of this country for being legal citizens, but yeah, you're bitching about playing on Christmas Day. We got people who are fucking hungry every single day, yet still going to work, taking care of their kids, and yet you're bitching about playing on Christmas Day. Dog, respectfully, shut the fuck up. And I hope you see this goddamn shit. You sound like a fucking idiot, dog. Shut up. You are the most hated players in the fucking league because you look fucking insane with some of the shit that you say and do on the court. You are one of the main reasons why Stephen Curry does not have more championships than he should. You are that reason that ran away Kevin Durant. You are the reason that ran away Jordan Poole. You are the reason why they gave up a 3-1 lead in the Cleveland Cavaliers series because your dumbass couldn't keep your emotions in check. But yeah, you want to sit here and tell people you don't want to play on Christmas Day because you miss your family? Dog, miss us with that shit. This is your job. Chris can't go and be like, he misses his family. You know what he did? He worked on Christmas Day. He worked on Christmas Day. If you don't want to work, call out sick. Draymond Green, you can do the same shit, my brother. You can do the same shit. And yet you're a bitch. Like, shut the fuck up. I despise Draymond Green with some of the dumbest shit they say. And people who fucking condone what the fuck you sound idiotic, bro. You sound idiotic, bro. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. When I saw that shit is so, like, brother, like, read the fucking room, dog. You think anybody gives a fuck that you don't want to play on Christmas? Bro, miss us with that shit. If you don't play. Sit the fuck out. What are you doing? Be ass. Be a team that's irrelevant. Be like the Wizards. Be like the Pelicans where you ain't got to play on Christmas Day. You could play the day after or the day before. But no, you want to bitch to Kenyon Martin that you're better than him, but yet you want to complain that y'all so good that y'all play on Christmas Day that you don't want to do it because you miss your fucking family? Dog, miss us with that shit, bro. Sorry, we don't care. No one cares, dog. Shut the fuck up. Damn. All right, next up.
Clip that.
Clip it, send it to him. I don't give a fuck. I hope he does react to that shit because you sound like a fucking idiot. And I'll debate your ass any time of day. You sound dumb, dog. Sound grateful for having the job that you got. Sound grateful for the life that you live. You idiots in fucking professional sports feel so fucking privileged every fucking day. Every day. Every day. No one cares, dog. Niggas got real lives out here, and you sitting here complaining about playing on fucking Christmas Day. Miss us with that shit, dog. And stop talking to us like people don't view you as fucking human beings. No one wants to hear that shit, dog. No one wants to hear that. Do you view the fucking concession people as human beings? Do you think about them having to come to work because y'all team is so fucking good that y'all have to play on Christmas Day and they got to come to work and serve hot dogs and beer to people going to the fucking games? You ain't the only ones that got to work on Christmas Day. You act like you're the only human beings that got to work on a holiday. Like, dog, miss us with that shit, bro. Come on, man. Wake up. Next up, Max Kellerman. I brought this up to you a little bit last week. Mm-hmm. He was on his podcast with Top, and he made his top 10 pound for pound fighters all time. I'm gonna read it, and I want Chris's reaction. At number 10, he had Terrence Crawford. Number 9, he had Pernell Whitaker. Number 8, he had Robert Duran. Number 7, he had Floyd Mayweather. Number 6, he had Sam Legford. Number 5, he has Harry Greb. Number 4, he has Muhammad Ali. Number 3, he has Henry Armstrong. Number 2, he has Manny Pacquiao. And number 1, he has Sugar Ray Robinson. Do you agree with the list? Do you disagree? Who'd you take out? Who'd you put in? What are your thoughts?
Look, man, Max is entitled to his own opinion, but not having Roy Jones Jr. on your list is sacrilegious to me. I'm sorry. You got to have him somewhere on that list. I like Pernell Whitaker. I like, some of the other people he have on that list. But not having Roy Jones and what he accomplished, and he was considered wide range for a minute, pound for pound, best fighter in the world. My man went up to heavyweight and beat John Ruiz and was opening up because they had him slated to fight Mike Tyson, and he was opening up as the favorite to win that fight. So to not have Roy Jones on there is crazy to me. Everybody else on the list, that's fine. But not having Roy Jones, to me, is sacrilegious.
I agree. I love Max. Max is my guy with the boxing, but I low-key like Shady's list a little bit more than I liked everybody else. But, Max I'll say watch the podcast. He gives his reason why he has the list the way he has. And I get it. I understand it. That's his philosophy. And again, to each his own on the list. But I probably tend to more side with the Shady list. Yeah. But something that he said on how do you get the best on the list is kind of weird too. Next up, I got
one more thing.
Oh, no. My bad.
Look, I know a lot of people have a lot of admiration for Manny Pacquiao, but I've always had my questions for Manny Pacquiao moving up so many weight classes. and Crawford brought it up too. Like, come on, man. And his dude that was his nutritionist, he was always in question too. He had some questions about him and some of the stuff that he would do. So I've always had questions about Manny Pacquiao and his, not trying to take nothing away from Manny, but I've always had questions. I would never put Manny Pacquiao over Floyd Mayweather. You could never convince me. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have the respect. I get it. I understand the same sense. He's never been caught with doing anything wrong. So it's like it's kind of hard to put that on a man when hasn't been proven guilty of anything. So I get that. Even with all that though, I still wouldn't have him ahead of Floyd Mayweather. I don't think I would even have him ahead of Terrence Crawford. Mm-mm. I wouldn't have him over Roy Jones Jr. I don't think I would have him over Muhammad Ali. No. Number 2, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind him in the top 10. If you want to have him in the top 10, I'm cool with that. If you want him in the top 5, I'm cool with that. But there are names I just probably would have more over. So, but again, I know Manny Pacquiao. He's one of the greats of all time. I'm not even trying to disrespect Manny. I like Manny as a boxer. I loved him as a boxer. I loved watching him. And he's still doing what he's doing. Like, he's still putting on some decent fights. I don't know if is he fighting again? Is he fighting again?
I don't know.
But anyways, again, shout out to Max. I don't agree with the list fully, but I understand. I'm not mad at Sugar Ray Robinson being number 1 either. I totally get that. I totally get that. Yeah. I got 2 more. Sleeping Dogs has been greenlit to do a movie. It'll be starring Simu Lee. I think that's how you say his name. If everybody knows, Sleeping Dogs is that infamous video game. I'm sure everybody's probably played that. If you play video games, you had to play Sleeping Dogs. What are your thoughts with this? Are you excited to see a Sleeping Dogs?
I don't think I ever played that game.
You never played Sleeping Dogs? Oh man, you missed out. Sleeping Dogs is fire. That shit was fire. That shit was fire.
Yeah, I played that game. So
hey, look it up. I'm excited for it. The storyline was pretty cool. Had to deal with, I think, a lot of like Chinese triad stuff and stuff like that. So it was dope. And then last but not, I got two more. Next up, Beyonce is now officially a billionaire. Reported by Forbes Reports, saying that based on that, her big country music tour, it kind of propelled her into becoming now a billionaire. So what are your thoughts with Beyonce officially being a new billionaire?
I mean, are we surprised? I mean, technically, she is already a billionaire because she's married to Jay-Z. So
yeah, but now I think she's officially on her own now. So.
Yeah, I hear you.
So you got two billionaires in the family. Shout out to the Carters, man.
Yeah.
And last but not least, it seems like the next generation of consoles could potentially get delayed due to RAM price increases due to AI. There is a shortage on RAM, which is causing 300% increases on RAM. Could cause a big delay for the next generational for video game consoles. Reports were that they were potentially going to release in 2027, 2028 fiscal year. But with that, it could potentially get pushed back. And also potentially you could see rising costs with gaming consoles as well. There was already with the tariffs and stuff, there were already going to be you already see a little bit of rising costs with the PlayStation 5s now. But we could see potentially more increases as the year goes on with the limitations of RAM and potentially with the newer consoles. What are your thoughts with this overall news with potential delays and potential increased costs with the consoles?
I still think GTA is coming.
I knew that was gonna be your first shit to say. I knew it.
Ooh, y'all still think that game coming out this year?
You think they gonna hold out for the new consoles? I think they have no choice. They gotta release GTA. They gotta release GTA. I think if they postpone GTA, I agree. It'll just kind of kill the momentum of that. I think people start getting turned off. I think it's coming out.
We'll see. But hey, man, as far as the delays on the other consoles, hey man, it sucks. Hopefully they can get that figured out. Maybe they'll find something and figure it out and speed up the process. But
they gotta start mass producing these RAMs. These AI is taking over all the RAMs. So we'll see, man. Hopefully these manufacturers can figure out a better way to start producing more RAM. But no one's ever going to be excited about price increases. I think they increased the PlayStation 5s by $50. There was already rumors about the PlayStation 6 being potentially almost $1,000, so that could even be even higher now. So
no time soon.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that one. But that was the last random news of 2025.
For sure.
And suck a dick, Draymond. I agree. Jeez. Sorry, Draymond said some idiotic shit. I can't help it.
All right, man. Bringing in the 2026 year, let's go ahead and do our sports New Year's resolution. I'm gonna go ahead and let you kick this off, sir.
My New Year's resolution for my sports, obviously, number one for me is I would like to see my Raiders draft a quarterback, get this organization headed into the right direction. Let's put a winning product on the field. I would love for this team to be a 500 team next year and potentially move forward for that. I would love to see us have the same kind of production level of like a Chicago Bears, where you see them draft a quarterback, you take your lumps in the beginning of the year, and then you ascend to being one of those playoff kind of teams. So that would be my one sports New Year resolution. My second one is I need LeBron James off my Lakers team. I would love to see the growth of this Lakers team, being able to adapt. I would love to see the changes, the progression with Mark Walters owning this team, and us being one of those prominent organizations that is up to speed and up to date with the current times. I think my Lakers, if once they get to that point, I think it's scary times for the NBA. And my last but not least sports resolution is for myself, I need to go to WrestleMania. I need to have that experience to go to WrestleMania. As a kid, me, I haven't been into wrestling like that as much, but my inner kid in me is calling me to go to WrestleMania. I was a big fan of the WWF when it was the WWF, then it switched to the WWE. Rock, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Booker T, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, Macho Man Randy Savage. You know what I mean? I grew up with a lot of these guys, Mankind, Undertaker, Kane, DX, Nation of Domination. The list goes on and on some of all of my childhood memories, man. I remember Monday Night Raw and just, you know, talking to, you know, that was our main talking point on Tuesdays. Right when we got in class, all we did was talk about what happened on Raw. And I remember those days, and that shit was fun as shit. And I just think the inner kid in me needs to do this for myself. And I think I need to experience WrestleMania. I didn't get a chance to go last year. I was supposed to go with my man last year, but I'm gonna be there this year. I'm gonna rock out, man. I'm gonna try to go to both days, if not at least one. So that's my sports resolution for me this year. I need to do that, and then I also want to visit a stadium I haven't been to. I really want to do that as well too.
For sure. Of course, my number one is Patrick Knee Heels Up. That's my number one right there. Number two, my Royals make the World Series. They ain't got to win it. Just make it, baby. Yeah. They've been making some moves. I like it. I like what I'm seeing from my Royals, too. They making some good moves. They need to make one more, and then we'll be like, all right, let's go. And shout out to the ladies. I want this WNBA CBA to get figured out because I don't want them to lose their season. I really don't. I think that they're riding high right now. The trajectory of the WNBA keeps going higher and higher every year because the competition is getting better every year with these ladies coming out of college. And I think next year ain't gonna be any different. It's gonna be even higher. And so I want them to get this figured out fairly. I don't want them to concede or settle.
Absolutely.
I want them to get their fair shake, but I do want them. Hopefully, the two sides can come sit down at the table and get this figured out, so we can enjoy these ladies playing the game that they love to play. So,
yeah, I need that NBA announcement too for the Vegas. I need the Vegas team to have
that too.
I need that. Are there any personal ones like you want to go to a specific stadium? You need to see a specific player, a specific fight. Is there anything like that you want to try to see if you can get accomplished this year?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I had to look at the schedule next year for football to see if there's any away games I would want to go to. One of my personals, I want me and you to go to Chiefs game.
Oh, in Kansas City? Yeah, I need that. I need that. You got any resolutions for this podcast?
Oh man,
you have anything for that?
Then of course, take it to the next level. By the time we get to 300 episodes, I want more subscribers. Absolutely. I want more people in the comments section talking to us while we're doing this. We're doing this, talking about this sports and whatever we're talking about. Giving their comments, man. I want us
some dope guests. Hope we get some dope guests this coming year. I'll be fine.
And I want us to put out more content, not just on Mondays and Wednesdays. I want us to be everyday cycle, Monday through Sunday.
I would love to get our YouTube channel popping, our TikTok channel popping. I think we definitely need to do that. Hopefully we can be ultimate goal is hopefully we can get our own studio one day. I think that's another drive for this podcast. I know I would love this production to be even better than what it can be. You know what I mean? So and then hopefully, we get more people to be along the ride, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate Mark, everybody that's always in the chat. Mark especially, man. You got to be MVP of our podcast, man. So we got to shout you out, bro. You've been consistent. So it's all love for me, bro. I know you be talking.
Maybe get you a free shirt, Mark, or hoodie or something.
We got to do something for Mark, man. He's been real consistent, man. We get him some stuff, man, on us, man, for sure. So yeah, shout out to Mark, man. He definitely an MVP of our pod. So wherever we go, man, Mark, man, you along for the ride, my brother. You day one, man. So just know that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. So we're gonna do a little cramming on this last hour. We're gonna do the NFL Week 17 storylines, and then we'll give our Week NFL 18 picks of certain games.
Only like three games. Gotta pick low key. Listen, we could pick the Chiefs Raiders game if you want, but
we're gonna lose. That's
we lose.
We're gonna lose. What are you talking about?
We can give the cases on why we think our team will lose.
Because Chris O'Dogan gonna throw like 7 picks.
Nah, that man gonna turn into Lamar Jackson, bro. I'm telling you, he gonna be Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson 2.0.
Travis Kelce's gonna have 250 yards.
We're gonna give your boy a nice send out. We're gonna give him a nice present, dog. You're gonna have 200, 3 tuds. You're gonna be cool, man.
Chris Jones gonna have about 6 sacks.
Oh yeah. We're gonna make sure everybody get their incentives on Sunday. Oh, you need a sack, bro, for $100,000? Oh, we got you, man. We got you. Oh, you need a couple catches for the 300? Oh, we got you. It's coming for sure. Shout out to Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Chiefs Kingdom this weekend, boy.
It's for
all day. This is all I'm doing all day, baby. Let's go. Y'all thought you'd never hear me say that. It's one day only, so enjoy it. One day only.
All right, let's do it. All right, man. We had 3 games on Christmas. I only watched a little bit of one of. I watched a little bit of the Lions-Vikings game, but the Cowboys played the Commanders. They beat them 30-23. Neither one of these teams are in the playoffs, so it was a meaningless game. The only thing I got for the Cowboys, man, is fix the defense. Y'all got to fix this pass rush, and you might need help on the back end too. But fix this defense to go with this offense. Stop putting so much pressure on Dak Prescott. Maybe y'all win something.
What is there to say about the Cowboys? It's the same thing every year. Like, you're gonna have to make a decision on Pickens. You need to make a decision on that defense. But Jerry Jones is always gonna put this franchise in the same spot where they're gonna have high expectations going in the year. They're gonna disappoint. Then they're gonna win some games that they shouldn't win. That people are gonna put them on another pedestal, like, oh, they finally figured it out. And then they're gonna lose games at the end of the year and take them out of the playoff. It's literally the same cycle. So again, what is there to talk about? Until Jerry Jones decides to not interfere with this franchise and he decides to move on, this team will always be the same. So at the end of the day, Cowboys are the Cowboys. It's going to be the same thing every year. That'll be the bookmark. Bet them to win 8 to 9 games every year, and you will hit that every year.
Yeah. With the Commanders, protect Jaden Daniels. He is your franchise next for the foreseeable future. Protect him at all costs. You do not want another RG3 situation.
No.
He is a guy sent to y'all team. He is the franchise. He's the face. Protect the face. And that's not just, of course, I need y'all to fix that offensive line. For real. Add some more offensive weapons. I like Debo. I love Terry McLaurin. But y'all gotta get some more offensive pieces and fix this damn defense. Dan Quinn, you supposed to be the defensive guy. Y'all need to get this pass rush better. You want to compete in this division, y'all gotta get that pass rush.
They got some of the worst corners too.
The corners are terrible. They need to fix their defense. They need to overhaul.
Yeah.
But protect the franchise, bro. If y'all want to be relevant again.
You think Dan Quinn's on the hot seat?
Next year he is. Because if they look like this next year and Jaden Daniels is healthy, he's gone.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. They made the smart play by sitting Jaden. Like, they should have sat him out earlier. I don't know why they continuously try to play him knowing that their season was over. Obviously, they're going to have to make some decisions. Again, I agree with you. Fix the O-line. This defense is putrid. It's pathetic. It's bad. It's on the same levels as my Raiders. It's that bad. So, yeah, man. Like, defense. That's the main thing they need. Defense and O-line. Those are the only two things. I wouldn't worry about the receivers. I wouldn't worry about the running backs. Like, I think you have pieces there. Obviously, could you get younger in some of those aspects? For sure. But your main thing is protecting Jaden Daniels and making sure this defense can actually get stops when y'all need stops. Until then, this team is going to be, mediocre at best. But Jaden Daniels has the magic to make it better, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see about that one. The Vikings beat the Lions 23-10. Look, man, the Lions got to make some decisions next year, man. In this offseason, this is an important offseason for the Lions, and I think this is an important offseason for Dan Campbell because I think that he's going to be on the hot seat. I do. Do you got to make? Maul said it earlier. Do you make a decision with Jared Goff? Do you trying to get off of him, or like I said earlier, do you make it not so hard for him? And that's fixing this defense, man. The same thing applies from the Commanders. Can your defense get stops when they need it?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's been the problem. Now, injuries have been a problem for y'all. They have.
They need to overhaul that medical field, that medical team.
That too. But I'm just saying, everybody's hurt on every team. So that excuse only goes so far. So look at the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta figure out a way to get the best out of this roster because this roster is too talented. You got generational players on this team.
Yeah.
Amon St. Brown is a generational player. Jameson Williams is a generational player. Jahmyr Gibbs could be probably the best running back in this league.
Mm-hmm. Definitely most explosive.
Yeah. So they got to figure out this defense for sure.
What do you think about the conversations of people saying they should trade Amon-Ra for a defensive player?
It would have to be like Myles Garrett or somebody. Or Max Crosby. Sorry to say that, but it had to be Max Crosby. But I think as a consolation prize for the Raiders, I mean, I think you kick him on a little bit. I don't think you'd be mad at Amon St. Brown.
I wouldn't be, but would I trade Max for Amon? No, I wouldn't trade Max for Amon-Ra. Respectfully, there's too many receivers coming out. like respectfully, and then I'm like, yeah. I could get Joe Addison off of free agency. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying I'm not mad at them exploring, especially with the emergence of Jameson Williams when he wasn't even playing.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at the conversation. I just think that Amon-Ra, he's one of the biggest heartbeats of this team. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. I think Dan Campbell is on the hot seat, especially the way they lost last year in the playoffs. And again, a lot of that had to do with that defense just not surviving as far as like with health. But sooner or later, that excuse, that's not going to save you. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. This is probably their biggest offseason to see if they can keep their Super Bowl window intact. Because this division is getting tougher. Like Green Bay, they're going to get healthier. They're going to make some moves. Obviously, we see what the Bears are doing. And obviously, all the Minnesota Vikings need is a quarterback that can sustain this offense. So, you know, Detroit, they got some answers they need to answer. So, but I think Jared Goff is one of the answers. Like, could you upgrade? Like, did you like what you saw from a Mac Jones? Do you have high hopes for a Kyle Murray? I don't know. Like, is there a way you can trade for a Lamar Jackson or a Joe Burrow? You know what I mean? Like, do the Giants try to draft the quarterback and decide to trade off Jackson Dart? Like, I like Jackson Dart. I think he's proven a lot to me. Obviously, the only thing that scares me is his concussion problem. But besides that, I think he could be a great quarterback. Like, there's so many, and then that's not including all the quarterbacks that are coming out next year. Like, sooner, like we're getting a new wave of quarterbacks that's going to push some of these quarterbacks to the wayside, like the Kirk Cousins, the Aaron Rodgers. Like, if you're not good right now, it might be a problem for you to find a job. You know what I mean? So I don't know. No trade for Dart. No trade for Dart.
You know, he's a Giants fan, so
he doesn't. What does that mean? Like, he doesn't want Dart traded?
He don't want to. He's like, no trade.
Oh, okay.
So, then you had the night game. Broncos beat the Chiefs 20-13. This was a defensive battle. Very not impressive by the Broncos not being able to move the football against this team and being in this game to the end. With the Broncos, are they one and done?
Offensive wise, yeah, it kind of gives you them kind of vibes. My bad about my dog. My dog tripping right now. Yeah, it kind of gives that vibes off, especially offensively. Can you really trust this? I trust the defense, but can you really trust this offense? I don't know. I really don't know. It's all about the matchups. I think currently right now, I think they would be matched up with.
Well, they're the 1 seed right now. I think.
Oh, they're the 1 seed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they are. I thought it was the Patriots for some reason. No. They better get that bye week. They better hope they get that bye week because they might be out that division that first wild card weekend. So. I still think they'll be one and done because I think they'll end up having to play probably like the Bills or maybe the Ravens, something like that, depending. I think it's a high probability.
With the Chiefs, this is the biggest offseason for Brett Veach and Andy Reid.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, you don't have Patrick Mahomes to rely And then again, I'm like, you don't want to make the career-ending decision where you get this man hurt even more. You know what I mean? I don't think you should pressure him to come back so soon. You don't want that to lead to Achilles injury. You don't want to lead that to another ACL or another problem in another leg. You don't want those. Like, you want to make sure he's 100% ready to go. Like, he's going to be relevant for the next 7 to 8 years. That is the reality of this. If you could keep him upright, you know what I mean? It was like a clean ACL. I think he tore his LCL or something like that. So it's a multi-ligament knee issue. Like, and then on top of that, again, you kind of stated that we want to see some growth within this offense. We want to see some growth within this coaching organization. Like, you can't continuously doing the same things. Like, people aren't scared of your philosophies no more. I think they understand it very clearly what they want to do. Do you make upgrades at the running back position, receiving position? You got to figure out about Chris Jones. You got to figure out about your cap space. There's a lot of decisions that's going to weigh on Veach and Andy Reid. So yeah, this is one of their biggest off seasons of their Chiefs careers for sure.
I agree. Then you had 2 Saturday games. You had the Texans versus the Chargers. For the most part, the Texans defense had this Chargers offense in check. They had an opportunity possibly to win the game or tie the game up or really win the game. But they didn't come through with the Texans. I ask you, is this offense still not good enough?
Yeah, I just think they're missing a running game, man. I think this offense needs a running game. I think CJ Stroud needs to play action pass to be able to be who he can be. You know what I mean? I don't think he can be that quarterback that can just will it on his own. Like, I think he needs that running game. Like, you saw it with Woody Marks when he was able to, get some progression with that offense in the running game. That's when that offense was kind of thriving, and that left a lot of things open. Yeah, honestly, but this defense is so good where they might be able to mask some of those problems. But it's gonna be tough, man. This offense has to score, man, for them to have a chance. But this AFC is so weak that they might be able to get away with it,
Yeah, for sure. And with the Chargers, what is your confidence level in this team?
With the Harbaugh effect, I got about a 6. I'm about like a 6, maybe 5.56 as far as confidence meter. We know they're gonna play tough, but with the injuries, I don't know. It's a lot of questions, but they're gonna be a tough out. I think they're just gonna be a tough out. I don't think they're gonna win, but again, this AFC is so weak. They could just click. You know what I mean? They could find some health, and they could be right there at the AFC Championship game. So
I think matchups do have a lot to do with them. If they go against a defensive line like the Houston Texans, like, I kind of do think the Broncos are a bad matchup for them because of their defensive line.
I think they're currently matched up to play the Steelers right now if things were to continue the way it is. So I think they'll be Steelers or Ravens. They'll be playing in the first round.
Will they?
It's looking like it.
But still, matchups is everything in this playoffs for the Chargers. They got to go against a team that and we saw this past week, when you can get pressure on Herbert, that offense can't do nothing, man. And he got to do it all himself. He get beat up. He got to run. He ran more than he threw the football. So they definitely, it's all about the matchup. If they get a bad matchup, I think they'll be one and done.
Yeah. No one's picking them to win the Super Bowl. So.
No, not at all. And then you had the Ravens. They had Tyler Huntley playing, starting in this game. Packers have Malik Willis starting in this game. Both of these teams are already in it. Well, Ravens' chances heightened with the Steelers' loss. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the Packers were already slated in the playoffs after the Lions lost on Thursday. So I ask you, with the Ravens situation going into Sunday's game, would you start 100% Huntley, 75% Lamar Jackson?
75% Lamar. Now, it's going to take Lamar to win this game. Sorry, it is. I like Tyler Huntley, but I don't think he could, especially if it was at home, maybe. But I think you need Lamar to win this game, especially on the road. So I'm gonna go with the 75% Lamar.
Yeah, Houston will play Steelers currently.
Oh, Houston will play Steelers? Okay.
Yeah. I think Houston's the 7th seed right now. Or no, I forgot. But yeah, with it's a tough situation, man. Because yes, I agree with you. You would want your best player on the field. My only problem with it is that if he gets hurt in this game and they still win, now you might not have Lamar Jackson in play.
It's the risk you gotta take. It's the risk you gotta take, man.
You got to play Huntley regardless.
You got no choice.
And I just think against this Steelers team, man, I know it's a division game, but it's not good. DK probably sold them with the punch to the fan.
Is he? He can't play this game, huh? He can't play this game. Oh yeah,
That's
I don't know. That's tough. That's tough.
He's out for the last 2 games. If DK was in this game, then I would hear you. I'd be like, yeah, you gotta get him. Because at least Aaron Rodgers got his number one. It showed in this Cleveland game, man, without DK, that offense, the offense already couldn't move regardless. But without DK, he really couldn't get nothing done. Like, I think that if DK Metcalf was on that last play against Cleveland, I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh won that game.
Possibly. I just think that the Ravens are just, without Lamar, you're one-dimensional. Like, you need Derrick Henry to have a great game. If he doesn't have a great game, I don't see Tyler Huntley winning that game. I don't trust the receivers too. You know what I mean? I think you need Lamar Jackson to be able to maneuver in that pocket. So, and I get it. Like, he's probably not going to be 100%, but they're going to have to try shoot him up as much as he can.
See, like, yeah.
Oh, somebody broke their arm?
I guess so. Who broke their arm, Mark? I didn't know somebody broke their arm.
I didn't know that.
I watched a little bit of that game. I mean, I was watching on Red Zone, but oh well, we can move on. Just tell us in the comment section. So then the Sunday slate, you had the Steelers versus the Browns. The Steelers end up losing 13-6.
Washington.
Oh, okay. The Darnell Washington, tight end. The Browns beat the Steelers 13-6. This was another defensive battle. Neither team really could get anything going. So I asked you with the Steelers, with the DK loss, would this be ultimately the reason why they lose the division?
I think it's so many factors, man. Who knows if TJ Watt can play? Who knows? Obviously, DK can't play. Who knows how much Aaron Rodgers has left in the tank? Like, it's just kind of the writing's on the wall. But at the end of the day, it's tough, man. I don't know. I just think that those are going to be one of the reasons that they lose this game if they do.
Oh, and I skipped the Packers question.
It was the Packers question.
Will LaFleur keep his job?
Damn. If they lose in the first round, I think there's going to be some conversations where I think they'll talk about it, see what kind of candidates are out there that they could potentially replace him with. If they don't like it, I think they keep him for one more year. If they do, then I can see him being gone.
For sure. And with the Browns, is Shedeur Sanders their future?
Yes, he's their future. Yeah, he made a bad throw, cross the field type of throw, which was bad. Even Deion Sanders, there's video of him putting his hand on his head, but nah. Shedeur Sanders, you can clearly see that he's going to be a legit starting quarterback. They should move forward with him for sure.
For sure. The Patriots blew out the Jets. This game was over in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They beat him
MVP. I think he won the MVP off of that.
42-10. We'll see tonight. 42-10. So I asked you with the Patriots, does the road run through New England?
Yeah, I think it does. I know the Denver Broncos have the number 1 seed, but we all believe that the New England Patriots are the way better team than the Denver Broncos. So, and who knows, the Denver Broncos might shit the bed, this week and end up giving. Yeah, they might give up the number 1 seed back to the Patriots. So I think this team should be highly up there as being one of the favorites. Obviously, it just comes down to how much do you trust Drake May in his first playoff run. Will we still get the same Drake May with the confidence? And he's looked amazing. He's looking like probably the best quarterback to come out this draft, the way it's looking like, next to like Jaden Daniels and stuff. But yeah,
Caleb Williams.
Like Caleb Williams too. It might be one of the best quarterback drafts we've seen in a long time. Another draft we decided to win meaningless games and couldn't get not one of them. Not one of them. Antonio Pierce ass.
Yeah. With the Jets, does Aaron Glenn keep his job?
I don't know. This one's tough. I hope he gets one more year though. It would suck for him to just be one and done. I wouldn't want to see that, but I think he stays one more year. They knew the rebuild. They traded away all those players. I don't think they do that without giving him at least another year to build what he wants to build. I think that would be kind of dumb for them to do all that. Like you just set him up for failure at that point. Like you pretty much sabotaged his tenure if you did that.
Yeah, for sure. The Saints beat the Titans 34-26. It was actually two bad teams. It was actually an entertaining game.
Man. Bump the Saints, bro. I hate Taysom Hill. I hate that whole coaching staff. Y'all turn him into a running back one week, and y'all decide not to even feature him in one. I'm like, man, I hate fantasy football.
So with the Saints, I ask you, if Tyler Shook had started the season, the Saints would have won this division.
I think they would have a legit shot. I think they'll be competing. I think they'll have one of the spots. I think they probably still would have started out a little slow just because, but I think they would have. I think the games that were close that they lost, I think they win those games when you replace him with Spencer Rattler. So, yeah, honestly, yeah, I think they'll be up there with the Panthers and the Bucks competing to see who will make the playoffs right now. Yeah.
Neither one of them teams, boy, I tell you.
That whole division is terrible, but.
And with the Titans, they have a bright future ahead of them.
They do. Cam Ward. Yeah, they do. It's an easy answer. They do. Some of the throws that Cam Ward threw yesterday were amazing.
I saw some throws from that dude.
Yeah,
it was Patrick Mahomes' ass.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, it's to the point where they know what they got, and
even the one where his knee hit the ground still, he still did that motherfucker.
Yeah. Like he's amazing, man. Like they just got to mature around him, add some depth around him, add an old line that can protect him. I like the receiving core. I don't think the receiving core is that bad. I actually like.
I like that Eli and Mannion dude.
Yeah, DK. I like them all. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can upgrade a little bit more. I love the tight end Okongwu. I like him. You still got Tajay Spears and those guys and Pollard. That defense ain't that bad. Like obviously, you need some upgrade on that back end for sure. A lot of injuries.
Simmons is one of the best interior.
Yeah, Simmons one of the best interior. Yeah, I just think low key, you just need a better O line and then add some depth to that defense. You got yourself a team, especially in this division. Like Colts ain't going anywhere with that injury. We don't know what's up with that. Texans are kind of hot and cold, and you know what's up with that division.
Yeah, for sure. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Colts 23-17. This was a little bit of a struggle in the beginning, and this was bad. Trevor Lawrence, but they prevailed at the end, and they ended up winning the game. So I ask you, the Jaguars, are they the second best team in the AFC?
I gotta say, yeah, I do. I low key gotta say, yeah, and it's kind of tough because. Like, look, Trevor Lawrence came in with high expectations, and they kind of dampened the last couple years. You know what I mean? But he's built his way back up. Like, the confidence level is there. Like, I think you got to start taking notice of that. Obviously, I would love to see it in a playoff game just to make sure if he could do it again in a playoff game. But, like, a game like yesterday are games that they would lose, like, the last couple years. You know what I mean? Like, the games they should win, they end up losing. But they found a way to win and show mental toughness. So I think you have to. Like, I would trust them more than the Broncos right now. I would trust them more than the Bills right now. Just talent wise, I would imagine if they still had our boy, like you put him on the defense and just have him be the focal point about that cornerback. You have your elite cornerback. Yo, Jags. Hey, Mr. Duval, man. Shit. Hey, man. You got it, my boy. I'm curious to see how they do in the playoffs.
And with the Colts, Mac Jones, you are a Colt.
Yeah. He's somebody's quarterback.
Or Kyler Murray.
I don't know. It just depends on what you like, what philosophy fits. I think the Colts are more of a Mac Jones guy.
Yeah,
I think they're more of a Mac Jones guy.
The Buccaneers lose to the Dolphins 20-17. Bucker didn't have a really good game in this game. Made some bad picks, some turnovers here and there. Just wasn't a good game by the Buccaneers. And their playoff hopes are in the balance this last week. So I asked you, with the Buccaneers, what happened to this team?
Some people might say injuries, but I think they got healthy at the right time. I don't know, man. I think a lot of it has to do with just the confidence level of this team was just not there. I don't know. I just didn't see no confidence in that. Like, it just seems like something is missing. Some of the decision making, as far as like the use of players, I didn't like. Baker Mayfield doing old tendencies. Like, I think Todd Bowles is getting fired. I personally don't see them winning that game on Sunday. I do not. I don't see it.
And with the Dolphins, did this game secure his spot as the head coach next year?
I think so, man. They've been playing really good. Man. Devon Achans look really good. I like some of the stuff Quinn Ewers look like, obviously. The explosion level, ever since they got rid of Tua, you just kind of see the explosiveness that this offense could have. I think he bought himself another year, which sucks because I think he would have been a hot offensive coordinator candidate.
Wait, hold on. The Bills and the okay, I'm with you with the Patriots, but the Bills, never mind.
Bills what?
Because when I asked if Jaguars the second best team in the AFC, he said the Bills and the Patriots.
Bills? I don't trust that defense.
I don't trust the Bills.
And fucking Josh Allen has a bad foot. He one step away from having a Liz Frank surgery. Hopefully that don't happen, but it's reality.
Yeah. The Seahawks beat the Panthers 27-10. Seahawks are still the number one seed right now. Panthers, like I said, but same thing with the Buccaneers. Their playoff hopes are in the balance on this week. So I ask you, with the Seahawks, are they still a threat in the NFC?
Yeah, no, they're still a threat. Like, that defense is really good. Obviously, it just comes down to Sam Darnold and if he can remain consistent. Obviously, you know, he has his moments where it's just like, oh, you kind of reverting back to just, you know, you can't play in the big games, you know what I mean? But he had that big comeback against the Rams, and I thought that might have got him over the hump. And he played okay against the Panthers. I won't say it was like the best, but he made some key throws that got them clinched the win. So at the end of the day, this defense is going to keep them in a lot of games. You have an explosive talent in Jackson Smith and Jigba, Rashid Shaheed. Kenneth Walker, he's played a little bit better, especially on running the ball and stuff like that. But yeah, they're gonna be contenders. It's tough. NFC gonna be tough.
Yeah. And with the Panthers, will they win this division?
Yeah, I got them winning, man. I just think I like what I've seen more than what I've seen from the Buccaneers, honestly. So. The Panthers still do leave a lot to be desired, but I don't know. For some reason, I just trust them more than the Buccaneers right now.
Yeah. The Giants defeated your Raiders 34-10. I know you had a big ass smile on your face.
Yep.
Geno Smith did get hurt. Speaking recovery to that brother.
Yeah, hopefully.
No Brock Bowers.
Nope. No Max.
Yeah, no Max. With the Giants, this is the owner's biggest offseason in their history of the Giants organization.
For coaching purposes, yes. I think they have the talent to be relevant. Like, I think with I like Jackson Dart. I don't think they should get off of Jackson Dart. The only thing that worries me is just his head injuries, but I like him nonetheless. You're going to get Malik Neighbors back. You're going to get Mr. Shake Your Head, Scattable. The Giants should have lost. No, we suck way worse than you, my brother. Way worse. Like, we're bad. I think point differential, I think we're minus 163. Like, we're terrible, brother. we suck. So yeah, man. I think the biggest thing for them is just making sure they get the right coach, the right leader to get this team in the right direction. So, and still have that growth that Brian Daboll had with Jackson Dart. So that's what I think. But I think they got talent.
And with the Raiders, the number one pick is in your sights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When y'all lose to us this week.
Nah, we're not losing, brother. We're not losing. We're not losing.
Hold my beer.
We're not losing, brother.
The Bengals demolished the Cardinals 37-14. I don't know about this. Both of these teams. Both of these teams are in limbo. Like, both of them are uncertain. I don't know what direction both of these teams going in. They're gonna probably trade Kyler Murray. I guess you're going I guess you're going to the season with Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he's got a little good rapport with Trey McBride. Got to get Marvin Harrison Jr. healthy.
I can see this being a Mac Jones team.
Nah, that's possible.
Maybe a Malik Willis team or something.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but still.
Maybe Vikings trade them JJ McCarthy or something.
Nah, you don't want to do that. Stick with Jacoby. Stick with Brissett.
Didn't he win the national championship in Arizona?
Who?
JJ, when he was Michigan. Didn't they play that in Arizona?
I don't know, but still, it don't matter.
Bring some memories back, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Memories of him losing. But yeah, and same thing with the Bengals. I'm uncertain with his organization goes. Their owner is terrible. He's cheap. He has one of the cheapest scouting teams out there. They said the facility is bad. They pretty much practice at a playground. Like, it's bad. Joe Burrows, get the hell out of there, man. Force a trade. Say you gonna sit out the season.
Yeah, y'all not getting Notre Dame coach, bro. He already committed back. He's not going.
Yeah, they already re-up his pay.
Hey, re-up his pay, brother. You gonna have to find somebody new, brother.
Get you somebody else, player.
Yeah, man. Maybe Mike Tomlin might be available or something. You never know. Or Harbaugh.
You know, Stan, I love crushing your dreams. You get on here and you just be making outlandish stuff, and it's just like, nope. The Eagles. Ooh, you get the score.
No, you talking about that 13-12?
It's 13-12. Yeah, the Eagles beat the Bills 13-12. Weather played a factor. It was raining. It was raining real bad. But I think it cleared up after a while.
Yeah, I forgot how to throw the ball in the second half.
Your boy Josh Allen had some turnovers. A couple bad turnovers. James Cook was held under 100 yards. Both offenses, it was a struggle. People don't realize Bills have one of the top passing defenses out there. Didn't know that. Their run defense is terrible, but their passing defense is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So I asked you, with the Eagles, offense is still a problem.
Yeah, it's their only Achilles heel, but it shouldn't be. They're ultra talented on that side. So I don't know, man. Jalen Hurts has to be more consistent, man. He just has to be. It's just too much talent on this team for them to be so inconsistent. I don't care if it's raining, slow. You have all the pieces. You got Saquon, you got Goddard, you got Devontae, you got AJ Brown. There's just no excuses, man. You got Tank. Like, man, what are we doing?
Yeah. And for the Bills, James Cook is the way to get their Super Bowl hopes.
Yeah, he's a big key. Yeah, for sure. And the health of Josh Allen. Like, if those guys, if Josh Allen can't move, I think the biggest thing right now for them is making sure that foot is fine. Because even when you watched the game yesterday with the Eagles, man, he could barely move, man. He was out there. You could tell with that limp, like he didn't have the same explosion. He couldn't get away as much as he wanted to. Like, it gets to the point where it's like, should the Bills consider resting him this week to make sure that foot gets healthy? Like, you know what I mean? And just, kind of take your chances from that. So I don't know if they win. I don't know how much that improves their seeding as far as like where they would be placed, but it's something that they need to discuss, man. If he can't be mobile like he is, then this team has no shot, even with James Cook.
Yeah. When James Cook is held under 100 yards this season, the Bills are 3-3 in 6 games. When he's over 100 yards, they're 8-1 in 9 games.
No, he's a big key. So
that'll be something to look at. And then last night, which probably was the game of the week, the 49ers beat the Bears 42-38. The Bears had the last few seconds chance at the red zone to win the game, but it was failed. Pass rush kind of got to Caleb Williams. Nobody could get open, and it was knocked down. So I asked you with the Bears, even in the loss, they showed that they're Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, I saw a lot from them. You know what I mean? It sucked that the receivers couldn't get open, but they were missing some receivers. You know what I mean, coming into the game. But I think they showed a lot. Their defense, we wish their defense would have played better. Like Brock Purdy out there looking like goddamn, prime A-Rod and stuff out there. You know what I mean? So he's out there throwing like he was Peyton Manning and Patrick Mahomes. So I think that says a lot. So, but yeah, no, I think they're legit. Would I have them as my favorite? No, but would I be surprised if they were to make the NFC Championship game? No.
For sure. And with the Niners, it's Super Bowl or bust.
They're playing really good, man. Imagine if they were healthy. Like, you know what I mean? The potential of them getting Fred Warner back. I don't think people want to play the 49ers right now. I think they might be the most scariest team in the NFC right now, currently. I don't think the Seahawks want to see them. I don't think the Rams want to see them. I don't think the Eagles want to see them. That's a tough team. It's Super Bowl or bust. It's always Super Bowl and bust for the 49ers for sure. You know what I mean? They've had plenty of opportunities to win the Super Bowl. So if they can, make it to a championship game, you get Fred Warner back, man, anything's possible. But this is probably the scariest team playing right now, the way they're rolling. And they didn't even have Kittle last night.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man, let's get into some Week 18 games. Just a few of them matter. Of course, you got Saturday slate. You got the 1:30 game. You got the Panthers traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is for the NFC South. Winner goes in, loser goes home. So, what do you have, sir?
I'm going with the Panthers. I just can't trust this Bucs team. And then shout out to shout out to ESPN, whoever paid the NFL to get both of these games. I was kind of shocked they got both of these, but shout out to them. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Yeah, I got the Panthers 27-24. I think it's gonna be a tightly contested game, but I get a walk-off Eddie Pinheiro field goal. Seahawks at 49ers. This is for the AFC or the NFC West. This is for the division. This could bode well for both teams. Do you want to travel through Seattle and face the 12? Do you want to go to Santa Clara, where we all know where the Super Bowl is at? Santa Clara. So 49ers can have potential 3 home games.
Yeah, high potential. It's good. Hey, man, it's crazy.
So I ask you, who do you have winning this division, sir?
I got the Niners, man. I got the Niners. I trust them more than I trust Purdy more than I trust Sam Darnold. That's saying a lot. Purdy has come a long way. Christian McCaffrey still looks elite. This defense, like it has been giving up some points for sure, but they can match up. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I would take the over in this game.
Yeah,
I got the Niners winning. I'll go let's go like a 38-35.
I'm with you, and I'm not mad at your pick. You're probably right, but I'm going with the team with the better defense.
Okay.
Seahawks. I think they forced Purdy into some turnovers to give Sam Darnold some short fields, and I think they win. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I think they win. I got the Seahawks winning 45-38.
Man, take that over, man. Take that over.
Now, particularly this game really doesn't matter as far as it does, but it does. It matters for the number 1 seed in the AFC. Chargers versus the Broncos. I think this also determines the Chargers seeding, whether it be 5, 6, 7, whatever. Yeah. So I think this matters to them too. I wish they would have won on freaking Saturday, so it would have been for the AFC West, because I do want the Broncos to win this fucking division. But hey, here we are.
Right.
So, sir, will the Broncos have the number 1 seed going into the playoffs?
No, I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I don't trust this Broncos offense at all. Is this in LA or in Denver?
It's in Mile High.
Damn.
People change, man. People change. Man.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I think they'll find a way to win in Mile High. If it was in LA, I'm gonna go with Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos. I don't trust that offense, but I think they'll find a way at home. I'm gonna take them. I think they'll get the number 1 seed.
Go on Chargers, man.
Hey, man, I won't be surprised either way.
24-17. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tight. Yeah, sure.
I ain't sitting here saying they're gonna get blown out. It's just I think Justin Herbert gets a last-minute touchdown to win the game.
Okay.
I'm trusting Herbert over Bo Nix.
I would. I'm not mad at that.
And then we got the night game, man. The Ravens versus the Steelers for the AFC North. This terrible ass division.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-off, would you say? Because whoever wins this game is probably gonna lose in first.
Mm-hmm.
For the 4th seed, who do you have, sir?
Honestly, it just comes down to if Lamar's playing. If Lamar's playing, I'm gonna take the Ravens. If he's not playing, I'll take the Steelers.
Either way, I'm taking the Ravens. I don't care. I just don't like the Steelers team.
I hate the Steelers team. I want the Ravens to win, but
no DK Metcalf. Darnell Washington's out.
No one wants the Steelers to win. No one wants the Steelers to make it. I'll say that.
I think Aaron Rodgers throws a couple picks. I think they run it down their throats with Derrick Henry. I got the Ravens winning. It's gonna look like I think it's gonna be a blowout. Honestly, I got 35-24.
I hope it is. I'm personally going for the Ravens because I want Lamar Jackson to have another opportunity with this team to potentially have like a kind of like this kind of crazy Cinderella run in a sense. So I'm rooting for him, but I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to see Tyler Huntley going into Pittsburgh and winning, even with all the no DK Metcalf and all that. I don't know. It's tough.
All right, that does it for our NFL rundown. All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. Just wish everybody a happy new year. Safe, happy new year. Hopefully, get rid of all the negative energy that was happening this year, and hopefully everything positive. We all have better 2026s. That's what I have to say with that.
For sure. You have flowers of the week, sir?
Flowers. I got 2. I'm gonna send flowers to my Aunt Lyra. I was able to see her the other day. It was really great seeing her. She's in great spirits, moving around really good at her age. Very beautiful woman. So shout out to her. Give her my flowers. Love. And then my last one, my flowers go to Mr. Tory Lanez, man. Shout out to you. You dropped the Chicks Take trilogy out on main platforms, Apple, Spotify, and all that. And I think they just announced earlier today that he has the number 1 album out right now with the Chicks Take series. So shout out to Tory. You know what I mean? He's one of my favorite artists, man. So hopefully he can get out soon, make some more music. So shout out to him.
For sure. My flowers goes to my GOAT actor, Denzel Washington.
Oh yeah, his birthday,
turned
right?
71 the other day. Gotta give him his flowers, man. He's one of the greatest actors to ever grace, not just black actors, just actors, period. You know what I'm saying? Highly reverenced by all people who get in a movie with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's one of our greats, and I got to celebrate him. So shout out to Denzel Washington.
For sure.
All right, man. Who gets your hell no?
Who gets my hell nah? Damn, who gets my hell nah this week? think I have one this week. I'm sure there's somebody out there. You know what, Draymond Green. I went off on you. Yeah, I'll give it to Draymond. You get my hell now. Keep it light. I already did my whole play.
Well, mine unfortunately goes to a more sad story. My hell no goes to Jason Kinney. Jason Kinney, he murdered his wife on last week's Monday Night Football game. His wife wanted him to change the channel because the Niners were up on the Colts, and supposedly they got into a huge altercation. She told her 12-year-old son to call the cops. He ran to the neighbor's house. He proceeded to kill her. He went into his stepdaughter's room, shot her in the shoulder. She's only 13 years old. Shot her in the shoulder and shot her in the face. Praise God that the bullet shot up and she's still alive. She's in stable condition. The son is still alive too. And they had a 1-year-old baby that was in the crib. He leaves. The baby's still alive too. He drives away, calls his sister, tells her what happened, tells him, whatever, and then goes to a shed and kills himself. So, and I know they said there was history of domestic violence, and he had alcohol problems, drug problems. So this wasn't a first time occurrence between these two, but still, it doesn't excuse it. Hey man, check on your family members, man. If you see a problem, try to intervene as best as you can. I know sometimes you can't. You can only do so much for them because they initially have to make the first step. But do what you can. If you see a potential problem with a family member of abuse and, now with verbal abuse, physical abuse, man, try to step in as much as you can to get them some help. Because you don't want to see situations like this happen. And this is sad. I feel for the kids. The daughter, she's going to have trauma for the rest of her life. The son's going to have trauma for the rest of his life. Unfortunately, that baby's going to grow up without parents. So I pray for them. And like I said, Jason Kinney, you going to a place where you deserve to go, and you get the biggest hell no going into 2026.
Nah, 100%. That's crazy.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey. Also, the nigga that came up with I don't know if you seen this, Mom. You seen the dude with the bald head theme song?
The who?
Bald nigga theme song?
Nah, I've not seen
I
that.
meant to send it to you.
Bald head nigga theme song.
I'm about to send it to you right now. I want you to play it right now. It's going around. It's viral now.
See.
Ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga. Why you ain't got no hair up there? Boy, you looking like a bowling ball. Boy, you looking like a basketball. Boy, you looking like a soccer ball. Boy, you looking like a golf ball. Boy, you looking like a tennis ball. Nigga, haircut tennisism. Haircut falling off the ball. Boy, you looking like a milk stud. Nigga thought he was Michael Jordan. Boy, you looking like Blank Man. Boy, you looking like Lil Bill. Boy, you looking like Wayne Head. Ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga, ball nigga. Boy, you looking like Mr. Clean. When you hair girl, you look like Mr.
I don't know whether to be offended by that or bow my head. That's just crazy.
That nigga did like 20 spins in a row.
I don't know what is my man doing, bro.
My man did like 20 spins, man. He should be dizzy.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. Shout out to all my brothers that got no hair, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? Shout out to all of us, man. We out here, we strong. You know what I'm saying? We strong. Ain't
Man.
nothing wrong being bald though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It could be worse. We could have hairlines like Stephen A. Like some
Yeah,
people just gotta let it go, bro.
we can
You know what
have
I mean?
the Sherman Hemsley with the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The Trey Youngs, like, some people just gotta let it go. The LeBron Jameses, like some people, Jalen Browns, y'all be getting the fillers in, bro. Like, fillers ain't gonna last long, brother.
Yeah. All right, man. I think that does it for today's show. Like Maul said before, Happy New Year's for everybody. Hopefully, all y'all safe this week. Don't do nothing we wouldn't do.
Nope.
Don't drive drunk.
Nope.
Get an Uber or get
Wrap
a
it up.
Disney.
Wrap it up. Don't have them New Year babies, dog. Wrap
Yeah,
that thing
that's
up.
what you want to do, but you know,
Yeah, if that's your lady, cool. But if it's a random, just make sure
you don't want that.
you don't want those problems.
You don't want
man.
to
You
come.
don't want those problems, man. Hopefully, everybody brings in the new year happy, in a great time, great mood. Again, as Chris said, protect your mental health, man. Make sure you're around people who love you, who are really about your life. I think that's one of the main things I think people need to learn is just understand who should be in your circle, who should not be in your circle, things to worry about, things to care about. Like life is too short, man. We've lost a lot of great people this year. Me personally, you know what I mean? It's been one of those years, man. I know the world can seem like a scary place at times, especially with everything going on in the world today. But man, we gotta find some positivity, man. We gotta find some positivity. Hopefully, me and Chris can be a part of that. And again, man, just protect your mentals, protect your peace, protect your love. Keep loving, keep living life. Don't be angry. Don't be sad. Don't be none of that, man. You know what I mean? Everybody has a place on this earth. Just make the best of it, man. Make the best of it. And be around great people.
You need to talk to somebody, get some therapy, get that too.
Get that too, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. When we on, we got the chat open, man. Talk to us. Get your mind off things. You know what I mean? Don't let your girl stress you out. Don't let your kids stress you out. Don't let these jobs stress you out. I get it. People, financials, all that. You know what I mean? Things can get a little worry at times, but man, everything happens for a reason. God gives us these trials and tribulations because He knows we can handle it. I know sometimes we don't want to hear that, but make people stronger, man. You know what I'm saying? So God bless everybody, man. Happy New Year.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to donate to the Cris Style Mal podcast, you can donate to our Cash App, Cris Mal Podcast. We'll appreciate whatever you want to donate.
Something light, man. Something light, man. Something light. Something light, bro. We passing out the collection plate, bro. No, I was messing.
Crazy. Whatever streaming platform you listen to your podcast, we're available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, well, all of the platforms. Go ahead and follow us. If you're a first time watcher on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live Mondays, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Wednesdays, 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you jump into lives like Mark does all the time. Give us your opinion. Stan, too, came in there, showed us some love. Come in there live, talk to us, give us your opinion. You agree with us, disagree with us, man. We want to hear from you too. So, and if you're listening on the playback, leave a comment in the comment section. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, whatever you use, we're available at Cris Style Mal Podcast or Cris Style Mal. You can follow us, we'll follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. So go ahead and hit us up if you have feedback or critiques, or if you have a question or topic, and we like say a question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Until next year, hope you guys, like we said, be safe out there, be good. And until 2026, we all out.
Happy New Year, y'all. Be
Yes.
safe.
Yes.